are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. And our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., is Army-Navy weekend is here.
Well, it was kind of cool because I've never been here before, right? So we're coming in from the airport, and you kind of get glimpses of some of the stuff that you want to see, right? Like the Jefferson Memorial and the
Washington Monument.
The monument, yeah, that too. And we saw a couple of things.
The thing that is funny about all this is if Reinagel were playing like a Pictionary game with, I don't know, landmarks in our nation's capital, he would lose.
I would lose. There's no doubt about it.
Like, hey, there's the Washington Monument. Where?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, that thing that's sticking right up over
hey,
there.
that's the Jefferson Memorial. The what? Yeah.
What else do we see?
Yeah.
Capitol building.
Yeah, we saw the Capitol building, drove by the White House.
Kind of cool.
You know, and you know, we're live today at the Westin Inn downtown at D.C., which a lot closer to the monuments than you might in all the different touristy stuff that, I don't know. I mean, you could go walk if you want, but it's stupid cold outside.
It's not that cold, man. You've been whining since we got off the plane.
I've been whining.
Yes.
I'm fine because of my heated vest.
Yeah, dude.
And the number of people, so last Friday we're doing the show live out at Tri-County Meat Market. There's a lady there that had on a heated vest. And, you know, I've never thought to buy one of these things because I don't go where it's cold. Not long enough to invest anything. And she said it was, you know, like $50-$60. So I go on Amazon and I realize, okay, you can get one for $40 or $50, but then you got to buy a $30 or $40 battery. I'd rather buy a vest that comes with the battery. So mine was $80 on Amazon. And I chose the one that would get there the next day so I could bring it on the trip. There were other ones that I kind of liked, but they wouldn't be here for a week. So I wasn't going to do that. So I've got my heated vest on, and you know, when you put it on and you got the controllers that are like on your logo on your chest, you know, it kind of lights up. The number of people that recognize, dude, you got a heated vest. Like, we're in DC, we're checking into the hotel. Now, I got to the counter before Joe with this lady, and Joe then walked up and he's talking to a guy over there. He was checked in 10 minutes before me because this lady was asking 1,000 questions about the vest. And I'm helping her look it up. Like, yeah, that's it right there. Can I finish checking in? It was the damn thing. She lives here and is like, you know, I keep saying I'm going to get one. How does it work? Like, well, you touch it, and your hands are in there and checking everything out. It's impressive.
Now,
I'm very proud of my heated vest.
Well, you are,
yes.
But the whole you're asking everybody to touch it.
Well, when people ask, like, how hot does it get? Well, feel it.
It's a little creepy, dude. I'm just telling you. It's a little creepy.
I mean, I'm careful who like.
Well, you told Rob to go lower, and I'm just like, he was going, well, how low?
Didn't tell him lower. I said, you know, you can feel it right here.
Uh-huh.
I would not let AJ touch the vest, but Rob is fine. You know, Rob and I are close.
Yeah.
But, you know, how does it work?
How close are you?
How does it work? It was like you were like, oh, man, that's pretty good. It's warming up my hands.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, how do you know well it works? You can ask me. It's working. Touch it.
Well, there you go. So, well, I'm glad you're going to be warm. Fantastic. That's good.
Well, and it's really for Saturday.
And it's really not that cold outside. Now, when the sun goes down, it's going to be cold.
It's really not that cold outside. We might have spent a total of 38 seconds outside.
Exactly, which is why I don't need a heated vest.
Well, but on Saturday, when we spend a couple hours outside on a football field, you're going to be crying like a little girl.
Well, that's the whole beauty of it, though. I mean, you got to cry. It's cold. You complain about that, and then you move on. It's great.
And I probably will still complain.
Yeah, I know.
Although,
no doubt.
The reality is the vest, it's got 3 levels of heat. When you're on that high heat, it gets hot pretty damn fast. And now we're in a room. Now we're fancy ass hotel downtown.
Yeah, very
DC,
nice place.
Right?
Yes.
And I don't know. I'm going to assume, because we know Rob and AJ, that they were bitching about how cold it was in this room this morning. Justin, how much were they bitching this morning? Justin Blase, our on-site engineer, who does our engineering every year out here.
He does.
He's from Philadelphia. We don't hold that against him, but he's the guy that's actually moving to California. He's decided Philly sucks. You know where I'm going to go? San Francisco. So he's about to move to San Francisco. But how much did AJ bitch about being cold this morning? A lot? A lot.
Yeah.
Because when we saw Rob and AJ when we got here, that's all they did was bitch about how cold the room is.
AJ looked like he was about to go skiing in the Alps.
Dude, and he's making fun of me and my heated vest. And I mean, his
hat on
coat looks like the Michelin tire man.
Unbelievable, this guy. So, yeah, it's a bunch of weenies I got to walk around with all weekend.
Wait,
between you and AJ.
Between you and a mirror. I mean, yes.
Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable,
Yeah.
but it is cold outside. When like where it's windy, it's cold. Although I look at my phone, it feels like 34, but the temperature is 42.
Feels like,
now you walk by the door and it feels like, I don't know, 14.
Dude, when is a thermometer? How the hell do you know what it feels like?
Well,
I mean, I mean this sincerely.
Dude,
I hear that all the time from these weather guys. It's 42, but it feels like. Who says?
Well,
who the hell says that? Well, some dude standing outside going, "Yeah, I know, man.
I'm sure
it feels 34. I'm going to tell you. I don't care what the thermometer says."
It's clearly above your head because I'm sure there's some sort of math involved.
I've never heard anything or seen any kind of.
You take wind, clear air, mass this, blah blah that, and you come up with a feels like.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
I mean, all I know is if I walk outside right now, I can't feel the difference between 42 and 34. It's freaking cold.
Well,
right?
that's what I'm saying.
It's like in the summertime. 98 or 101. I can't tell the difference. Hot is hot.
No.
Cold is cold.
You know what?
Comfortable is comfortable.
Vince Trevino on our YouTube page says we ought to call Bill Taylor. I just might do that.
We don't really need to call Bill Taylor.
Well, he doesn't have to be on the air because he's not very good. But, I mean, I can ask him a question.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to ask him a question.
You're going to ask.
I'm going to ask him.
How do you determine he feels like temperature?
I'm going to ask him.
I mean, I think that's probably in meteorology 101.
I've never heard of that. I think it's just a made up.
You've never heard of feels like temperature?
Well, I've heard of it, but how do you come up with it?
Well, has anybody ever asked? I mean, now you're starting to sound like Archie Manning. Well, nobody's ever asked what NFL team do I want? Cowboys. And now he's backpedaling on that.
Well, of course he is, because he's losing business at his New Orleans bar.
Well,
I don't blame him.
I think he could afford to lose some. Just Arch has to make a little bit more NIL money, and he'll be fine. He'll be fine. We got a stacked show today with a lot going on. Cam Ward, Heisman Trophy finalist, will join us coming up in about 25 minutes from right now. Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys is going to be on at 3. We've had to adjust his time because he's got meetings. He's busy. He said, I can't do 4:30. Can I come on earlier? I said, well, he asked for 2:30. He said, I got Cam Ward on. Said, can we do 3? He said, sure. So he'll be on with us at 3 o'clock. North Carolina has a new head football coach.
They do?
It's official.
Anybody famous?
I've never heard of him in the college ranks before, but yeah, old Bill Belichick. And what's interesting is where we are right now in the West End. There's another radio show going on from Charlotte, North Carolina. And those guys are over the moon. Over the moon. I mean, I'm talking, well, I'm all Carolina, more basketball than football, but if he can teach our guys how to tackle, it's going to be all worth it. I mean, they're about to do 4 hours of Bill Belichick radio over there. And then I said, Panthers favored to beat the Cowboys. Well, they should. We're playing good football. We can stay with good teams within a score. So what can we do against a bad team?
Wow.
And then Bryce Young should be comeback player of the year. And they credit Andy Dalton getting in that car wreck for Bryce Young getting his job back.
Comeback player of the year.
Well, I mean, from week 2 when he got benched to what he's doing now.
Dude, are those guys drunk over there? Comeback player of the year. Come on.
I think it's a joke, sir.
Oh. That's not funny.
Well, it kind of is. Can you get comeback player of the year from one season?
No.
That becomes a question. But, it's fun talk. Why not?
Comeback player of the year?
I mean, it's like it feels like temperature. Who makes up the rules on this stuff?
Oh, that's what I'm trying to find out.
Yes.
I mean, I need answers.
Do you?
It's like, yeah, we can't just go on this radio show and just throw out stuff and then, not have answers to back it up. It's not like we ever do that.
Yeah.
Just maybe a couple times a day.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I'm still waiting for the answer from our good friend Bill Taylor.
All right, so Bill doesn't just text you right back?
Apparently not.
Man, you guys have been separated.
I know it.
Now.
I know it.
I mean, used to be, man, he could almost sense a text coming from Ryan Nagel and would answer.
Guys cheating on.
Although Tony Galan on our YouTube channel, and you can watch on the YouTube, just go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. I agree with Tony. Feels like should just be the actual temperature. I agree with that. What the hell is the point of giving me this temperature and that temperature? If it feels like it's 34, then it's freaking 34.
Well,
right?
That makes more sense.
It does.
And again, I don't know how you come up with that.
Well,
I mean, I don't. You've got a thermometer that says one thing, and then somebody says, well, it feels like 10 degrees cooler. How do you determine that?
Well, math and weather stuff.
Math, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's genius.
Uh-huh.
Math and weather stuff.
Well,
I
mean, there's a reason they get 8 minutes and sports guys like you got 3 when you were doing television.
That's exactly right.
Because they needed to explain the feels like temperature or give us both numbers when really all we need is the one. I'm with Tony. If it feels like 34, it's 34.
I'm all for that. But
I mean, could you imagine, let's go with chicken. You got some chicken on the smoker. And when you're doing chicken, you got to go at least 165, right? Because otherwise you could be in a little room by yourself for a couple of days, right? You don't ever want to undercook chicken, right? Could you imagine if you had a feels like temperature and an actual temperature that was 10 degrees separation? I mean, that could be disastrous.
Well, it could be. And that's the whole point of this exercise today is that how do you determine that? Well, it sounds really just made up to me somebody wants to make it feel colder than it actually is.
Look, it has to do with wind and how heavy are the winds and what direction are they coming from? What's the cloud cover like? There's all this stuff involved, Joe, that's just way over your head.
Yeah.
Just listen to them and take them at their word.
Well,
or your phone at what it tells you.
You majored in BS?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. You're very good at it.
Yes. Bachelor of Science.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
No, I was thinking something else.
I know.
Yeah.
But we all have a BS degree to some degree. Some have a master's.
Thank
in BS.
God. Thank God for that.
And some are.
You get jobs on radio stations.
Community college dropouts.
We'll get the answers because that's what we do here on the Blitz.
Yeah, that's exactly what we do. Exactly what we do. Cam Ward coming up in a little more than 15 minutes. We'll talk some Cowboys and Panthers coming up here on the Blitz, live in Washington, D.C., here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Of course, in D.C. for the Army-Navy game Saturday. If you're looking for a place to go watch it, get into the Rue Pub at 281 in Redland Road because there's no better place to watch any big game, any big event than there at the Rue. Basketball, football, any of the fights. With those 3 massive 170-inch televisions, TVs all around, you're not going to miss any of the action, whether it's the Spurs game Friday night when they finally get back to work after this break, the UIW South Dakota State game on Saturday morning, the NFL on Sunday. And when you get into the Rue Pub, go hungry. The food is fantastic. They've just added a bison burger to their menu, which is incredible. If you've never had a bison burger, go try one at the Rue Pub. They got about 15 other burgers on the menu. The biggest and best wings in town. I love their fried shrimp. Pledge tells me the salads there are wonderful. Great appetizers. And that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when you need a late night meal, don't go to a drive-through. Get into the Rue Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Rue Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Rue.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Ticket. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now, sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first. On your timeline, no waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first, sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. You're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes. $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-230-2777. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-230-2777, 800-230-2777, or biglou.com.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-583-5795.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-583-5795. That's 800-583-5795.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Have y'all seen my father-in-law around?
No.
I think he's mad at me.
Why?
I've got my fishing stuff all straight.
Yep.
And he starts doing all this crazy rigging on these fishing lines. Like he's in the ocean or something.
What?
There's a very simple method, and it is not that.
No, that's not it.
I mean, if you really want to catch something, get out a couple of telephones and crank on them.
Oh, they will answer.
They will answer every time.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, Christmas leaks, oh, Christmas leaks, you make our carpet squishy.
Here at Quartermoon Plumbing, we know all your Christmas wants, like the popular leaky faucet, the overflowing toilet, or the trendy clogged sewer line. No matter what list you're on, naughty or nice, Quartermoon Plumbing will answer your call fast and fix your emergency quickly so you can get back to your Coco and Carolyn.
651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix in Washington, D.C. Army-Navy weekend. Of course, the game coming up on Saturday, a game you can listen to here on 94.1. Tonight, we got NFL action. San Francisco playing host to the Los Angeles Rams. Listen to it here tonight starting at 6:30 on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Brought to you by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Also, a good reminder to get to sasportstar.com to get your picks in for the Pro Football Pick'em Challenge. Weekly winners get that gift card to the Mellow Mushroom. At the end of the year, the local grand prize winner gets $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Ticket.
Already taken care of, man.
Yeah, you
got them
did
in
that?
there. It's done.
It's done.
It's done. Tonight's game is a big one for both of those teams because nobody's running away with that division. So, I tell you, it could go down to the wire as far as that division winner goes to, because Seattle's got a tough game this week.
Yeah, they do. And I mean, you just kind of look around and, Seattle home, though, against the Green Bay Packers.
Yep.
And then you look at, picks, Cowboys, all year Carolina was an easy win. You could put that one in Sharpie. Now, all of a sudden, Carolina's playing good football and
favored.
And they're favored. Now, granted, they're at home. And I don't know if the Cowboys play like they did against Cincinnati, they probably win the game. But if Carolina comes out and play like they did against the Eagles, then they could win that game. And, the two bad teams generally make a pretty good football game. But, for the Cowboys, just dealing with all the different injuries. And, I thought it was interesting what Mike McCarthy was saying today about Tyler Guyton. First round pick, high expectations, but dude hasn't played well when he's been out there. And when he's been out there, the dude gets hurt a lot. That's a problem.
We're still working. So, but yeah, Tyler's, I would say the biggest hurdle for him has just really been availability. You go back to training camp, he had the illness that he missed significant time. And I think just him being, battling to be available this past week was a step in development. Because I mean, all young players have to, get used to and learn to prepare for this 17-game type season. So, but clearly, yeah, he's improved, definitely, without a doubt. I mean, you can just see the way he's played and some of the things he's done. I mean, he's had some excellent flash plays. Has done some really good things. But then, the next step is going to be consistency. And frankly, I think that clearly starts with availability. So, because my focus for him is just to continue to help him, because when he's available and he plays, he's got a very, very high ceiling.
That's great. And so basically, Mike McCarthy is telling this guy, stay healthy. And I know a lot of times that's out of your own hands, but still. Sometimes you got to fight through some of those minor things, and maybe that's what Mike McCarthy's talking about. But you want to be an NFL football player and a good one, a number one draft pick, you got to stay on the field. You got to find a way.
Well, and again, offensive line play is obviously a key to having the Cowboys run the ball better, and they have run the ball better the last couple of weeks. A lot of that's play calling. Mike McCarthy, hey, you got a Rico Dowdle right there. Why not use this guy more? And they've done that. But Rico Dowdle actually said that they had a scheme change, and that has certainly helped.
No, it's not surprising. I think, like I said, early on in the season, we were behind, and so we weren't able to run the ball. And like I said, we was doing a different approach with it as well. And we made a couple changes and we switched our scheme a little bit to sticking with the bread and butter core concepts that everybody was good at, and I think that all played a factor into it, like you said. But I don't think it's not surprising at all. We could do it. It was just we weren't able to do it in some games, and then some games we were just up against, like I said, people had a game. So
yeah, he's right. I mean, it depends on who you're playing.
Well, it depends if you're down 21-0 in the first quarter.
And there's that, or you can play a Cincinnati Bengals defense that's just absolutely awful. And you look pretty good doing it. Can he do it consistently? I want to see that. And I think that, for the Cowboys, they've got to, right? They've got to establish that running game. You got to find out if Dowdle's the guy moving forward, or you need to go out and find somebody. And for him, the guy runs hard. I don't think there's any question about that. And he's been healthy this year. That's certainly going to help his cause out. And there's no doubt about that. But there's 4 more games left. We'll see how consistent that running game is over the next 4 games.
Well, and I'm more curious, consistent, that's play calling, but a scheme change. What is everybody good at? Let's do that. Scheme change, or let's dumb it down. However you want to say it. He did say, or was asked at the very least, what led to the scheme change.
No, it was just about we base our run game off efficiency, and we wasn't very, very efficient on what we were trying to do. So I think that's the coaches themselves. That's what played into it. And they said we're just gonna stick to our core concepts, bread and butter, and that's what we did, and it's worked out well for us.
Well, and all right, let's go to bread and butter. You know what you're doing, and here's a guy that knows, right? So he was asked if he knew how far away he was to get to 1,000 yards. He said, 269 without hesitation.
Wow.
Report.
Okay.
And then he was asked, that's an average what? He says 69.5. So he knows what he needs to get to 1,000. Now, I don't know if he knows that he needs that to get to 1,000 because there's a big bonus if he were to get to 1,000. But, a couple of weeks ago, the idea of any Cowboy having 1,000 yards rushing, hell, all of them combined having 1,000 yards rushing. But he's that close. And you start looking at, all right, when they make scheme changes, and you'd have to go back and look, because I think most of us just look, Mike McCarthy started feeding him the ball, and guess what happens? It gets into a rhythm, and he's able to have success. And maybe that goes with some blocking changes on the line. And obviously, they've got some other backups in there that they're having to deal with the last couple games without Zach Martin, and he won't go the rest of the way. Cooper Beebe now dealing with a concussion. He probably doesn't play this week against Carolina. But the fact that Rico, not Dalvin Cook, Joe, could be 1,000-yard rusher for this Dallas Cowboys is almost as surprising as somebody saying, I'll bet you a case of beer, a case of Flight by Yingling, that Dalvin Cook will get to 1,000 yards.
Well, I mean, the Cowboys hate me, obviously, because they knew that bet was on there, and they just said, put Dalvin in cobwebs. They've left him in the closet. Look, the guy must be horrible. And so, obviously, I had no idea. And he's not going to get 1,000. Will Rico get 1,000? It remains to be seen if Mike McCarthy continues to stick with a run game. I can't imagine for the life of me that Carolina is one of those teams that's going to get out to a big lead on Dallas. I think that game stays close. It wouldn't surprise me if Carolina wins the game, but I don't think it's going to be one of those games where they're down 21 points in the second quarter. So he'll have an opportunity to run with the football again. Will Mike McCarthy stick with it? The consistency that Mike McCarthy's talking about with Tyler Guyton needs to be the consistency that Mike McCarthy himself needs to stick with.
Well, and you look at this Carolina team, which, again, this was an easy win for the Dallas Cowboys all year until it wasn't. Carolina won 2 in a row. Sure, they beat the Saints and they beat the Giants. But they lost by 3 to Kansas City. They lost by 3 to Tampa Bay. They damn near beat Philadelphia last week. They ended up losing 22-16. They're playing better football, a lot better football than, say, in October when they were losing 40-7 to Washington or 36-10 to Chicago. I mean, think about Chicago and how bad they've turned out to be. They beat this Carolina team 36-10. But Carolina is playing good football. The Cowboys say all the right things, that they're going after a win. So I don't know if this is one of those, it's not the week yet where I think you could say as a Cowboy fan, they're not going to try this week, because I do think they're going to try this week and see what happens. But at some point, organizationally, you really have to play a lot of those young players. It's not the week for Trey Lance, but we're getting close to, let's see what we have in Trey Lance.
Dude, I don't think Trey Lance sniffs the field. I don't care what their record is. I think the Cowboys, the Jones family has made it very clear. They don't want Trey Lance anywhere near the football field. Sideline, you're just fine. Everybody thought that was going to be the case, but man, this guy, they seem bound and determined to keep him right where he is, and that's on the sideline.
It certainly seems that way. I'm sure Rob and AJ tomorrow morning will ask Mike McCarthy if Trey Lance has a package or two for this game. And we'll see Mike McCarthy not answer that, because that's what happened. Mike McCarthy every Friday morning on the Morning Huddle, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. As we continue from Washington, D.C. for Army-Navy Radio Row, we'll visit with Heisman finalist, former UIW Cardinal Cam Ward. He joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, because of course you do. The best way to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online, mybestbailbonds.com.
The Morning Huddle.
I'm shooting a herd sheep.
Rob went up and petted this goat.
It wasn't
and then
quite
shot
like
it in the
that.
head with a pistol.
It wasn't quite like that. It wasn't like he was tied to a tree. No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't
He's like, hold on, let me take his collar off. Boom!
Mind the fur. He's going to be a pillow.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at TSAOG.com.
It's your last chance to snag Dell Technologies' lowest prices of the year before the holidays. The future is on sale today with limited time deals on select PCs like the XPS 16 that accelerate AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. This is their biggest sale of the year and the best time to upgrade, but it's only here for a limited time. Shop now at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Unwrap the savings during the JCPenney Mystery Sale. This Thursday to Sunday, hurry in store for a gold coupon giveaway while they last. You could win an extra 30, 40, or even 50% off. Or get extra lucky and hit the jackpot deal. You'll win $60 off your entire purchase when you spend $60 or more. JCPenney, make it count. Coupon valid on select styles 12/12 to 12/15. Exclusions apply. Must be 18 or older. See store associate for details.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-230-2777. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-230-2777. That's 800-230-2777 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. 800-230-2777.
The holidays are happening at Diamonds Direct. Still rushing to finish your holiday shopping? Don't worry, we've got you covered. This weekend only, it's our last chance sale with 20% off virtually everything. Earrings, bracelets, pendants, and more. Plus special financing options up to 5 years. But don't wait. This is your final opportunity to find the perfect gift at the best value before the holidays. Plus special designer appearances. Visit us during extended holiday hours or shop online and pick up in store. Our 20% off last chance sale ends Sunday. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix, live in Washington, D.C. for Saturday's Army-Navy game, which will kick off 3 o'clock East Coast time, 2 o'clock there in San Antonio. And then after the game, Saturday night in New York, the Heisman ceremony will take place. One of the Heisman finalists, former UIW Cardinal, current Miami Hurricane quarterback, Friend of the show, Cam Ward, joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Cam, appreciate you taking the time because I know this is a busy time of year for you, man. Congratulations on being a Heisman finalist.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Cam, I got to tell you, man, watching you play ball this year at Miami, and not just at Miami, I mean, everywhere you've played, it's been an exciting brand of football. Assess your season this year, however, because you really seem to really get out on the national stage and everybody seeing you play, playing for Miami.
It's been great. Nothing's really changed, just playmaking wise for myself, mentality wise. I've been making the same play since I was at UIW. So it's really just me just doing it on a bigger stage right now.
You know, Cam, and you say that, but your game has gotten so much better. In fact, you know, I'll go back to, 2 years ago when we were up in Pullman for the Apple Cup, and you and Coach Morris were showing me around, and we were talking about it, and you know, you're like, I got to work on this, work on that, get your draft grade, and you stayed in college to improve that. And now you're Heisman finalist and a top pick in the draft coming up. So clearly you've improved your game. What areas do you think you've improved the most at?
I just think my pocket awareness, winning from inside the pocket, keeping a good base at all times. I think that was the big leap that I needed to take, and I got better at this offseason in the last couple of years. I got way more accurate down the field throughout college. So I just think overall, I just continue to work on my game with my quarterback coach Darryl, and it's starting to pay off.
Cam, when you again, you're going to be one of the 4 finalists there for the Heisman Trophy on Saturday night. How does that feel, man? That's just got to be the greatest feeling. It's the top prize in college football.
It's great. It's an honor to be in that room with other 3 guys in the country who make plays for their team. I'm excited to get to New York. Can't wait to leave. And it was really just a blessing, from where I started, coming from UIW all the way to Wazoo to now. It's something that, I've been working for. So I'm just glad I got the opportunity.
Cam Ward joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. And you think about your story, and I think it will be something that will be a topic of many movies and different documentaries, being a no-star recruit, UIW, Washington State, what you're doing at Miami. For you, do you ever just wake up and go, holy cow, this is actually happening? Whether, last week, your billboard, your pictures up in Times Square, and you're named a finalist for the Heisman.
It's kind of, I wouldn't say weird, but it's kind of like I don't really tend to live just my life like that. I kind of live what's next, stay in the moment, and everything. I believe everything is for a reason. The recognition I'm getting. My teammates, they help me get there. My family helped me get there. The coaching staff who's around me. So I just think the recognition that I'm getting, just a lot of everybody's hard work going into it.
Now, I know, Cam, you just said you want to stay in the moment, man, but I got to look ahead because obviously we're going to be watching you play on Sunday afternoons. The NFL is in your future. Very high draft pick by all mock drafts that I've seen. You're right up there. Is there is there a team you'd want to go to, a team you wouldn't want to go to? How does that work out, and how do you look at that?
Really, whichever team need a quarterback, to be honest. I'm the best player in the draft. I'm the best player in the country. So, I know what they're going to get out of me. The tape never tells lies. All they got to do is go watch it.
And you say that, and I think about, conversations that we have had before, Cam Ward, where, you were going to declare draft grade wasn't where you thought it needed to be. Miami gave you an incredible offer. You stay in school, and clearly betting on yourself, going one more year to college from, wherever that draft grade was to where it's going to be now, it is paid off. But that's also because of your hard work. And like you said, the improvement, all those NFL guys can say, yeah, this guy is coachable.
Yes, sir. And I just think the biggest thing that goes recognized for throughout the process is just the timing, the execution that you have to have with your teammates, the understanding of different offenses that I ran from and Carter Word all the way into here at Miami, which is more pro-style offense, the routes we throw, the run game footwork that we do. So, it's all been good.
Cam, it's interesting. And a guy like me and Jason, we don't know how this feels. So I'm going to ask you, when they say that the game slows down for players, does it really? Is that a real thing?
It is a real thing, honestly, especially when you watch a lot of tape. A lot of defenses can have tails, especially towards the end of the season if you can find it. And then at that time, especially on pass,
I think it's
me and my receiver. Hello, you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
You got me?
Yep.
The timing that me and the receiver has, it does slow down for me and the receiver for just because how much tape we watch together, the tails that the defenses have, especially in the end of the season. So we basically, especially on a lot of occasions, third downs, second downs, a lot of defenses have tendencies, so we can really, just know what coverage they're going and know where the ball needs to get to.
Heisman finalist Cam Ward joining us here on the Blitz. Man, that sounds good, doesn't it? Here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Cam, as you think about like this weekend, being in New York, all the attention you're getting, being there at the U, having guys like Michael Irvin on the sideline, and I can only imagine all the celebrities that you have now, their phone numbers in your phone. How much does this 1 year at Miami, do you think, has prepared you for life in the National Football League?
I think it's prepared me a lot from the on the field, just how you have to carry yourself, off the field, how you have to carry yourself. I think it's just a different atmosphere that I'm going into, but it's also an atmosphere that I asked for and an atmosphere that I'm ready for. So I'm blessed. I'm ready to get in this position. God willing, and I'm just trying to make plays at the next level.
Cam, how do you make that decision? Obviously, Miami's got a bowl game coming up against Iowa State. I've seen reports where you say you want to play in this game. How do you make that decision whether to play or not to play?
Really just being in the locker room with my guys. Something that we want to do. We want to finish out what we started this year. So it's really been a locker room decision. And, everyone, we've been having great attitudes to practice throughout the week. The coaching staff continue to motivate us. So, it's a team decision.
And so you're playing, and you're not opting out. You will play in the Pop-Tart Bowl?
Yes, sir, I will play.
So you're going to the Pop-Tart Bowl, Cam. What is your favorite Pop-Tart flavor?
Sunday for sure. The Sunday.
The Sunday one.
Sunday one.
Yeah, I like the chocolatey fudge kind. When I don't know if you even know this, Cam, but like when you go there, do you get all the Pop-Tarts you want to eat, or is it just whatever they have laying around? Do you get to put in your own special Pop-Tart request? And do you like them right out of the package, or do you like them toasted?
I like mine toasted. They already got all the Pop-Tarts at the facility and stuff. I've seen a lot of boxes already this morning, so they blessing us for sure.
Well, that's good. So you'll be well fed. That's important.
Yeah, but how many Pop-Tarts can a guy getting ready for the NFL draft eat?
Man, not too many.
So, Cam, when do you head out to New York? Are you leaving here today, tomorrow? When do you head out there?
I leave tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, man. That's gonna be really exciting.
Yes, sir. Me and my family, we're ready to get there.
Well, I know your mom and your dad are certainly going through. I know your mom's been dealing with a knee issue, but she's going to be walking around New York City proud with her son as a Heisman finalist.
Yeah, she ready to get there. We'll all leave out in the morning. So I know they're excited to see everything that the Heisman people got for us. It's going to be exciting weekend for us.
Cam, I got to ask you, just going back with where your life has gone and your college career as a quarterback, the start at UIW, how special is that to you still?
That's real special to me, especially with how college football is going right now. You only really need one offer to change your life, and I just the difference that a lot of players coming in the college don't understand is that's not where you go. The biggest thing is just getting on the field and playing. You got to be able to solidify yourself that you can play no matter where you're at, whether you're at a D2, FCS, or the Power 4. So you just got to be able to, play against, competition.
Absolutely. And you certainly have proven that one offer has completely changed your life. Now, I know you've got a lot of obligations as a Heisman finalist in New York on Friday and Saturday, but I imagine at some point you're going to be in your room getting dressed, getting that fancy suit on and ready to go. UIW plays at noon Eastern against South Dakota State. I imagine you'll be following it one way or another, but they're playing at South Dakota State where kickoff temperature is 24 degrees, and who knows how bad the feels like is. Now, all those games you played in Pullman, Washington, for the Cardinals that are listening right now, what is your best advice for playing in a game where it's going to be that stupid cold?
I'd say the biggest advice I'd say is don't think about it. The cold is a mindset. If your mind can master the cold, you really ain't going to feel it at the end of the day. But, for them boys who don't know, you got to put that Vaseline down them arms. It takes some of the cold off.
So you go Vaseline or warm skin?
I like the warm skin. I like the clothes, but a lot of my old teammates at Wazoo, they would put Vaseline all down their arms and legs.
Yeah, because they're at Washington State, man. That Apple Cup I was at, that was brutal, man. I don't know how you play in that, but like you said, it's a mindset, and they got to have the right mindset against South Dakota State on Saturday, right?
Yes, sir.
Good stuff, man. Congratulations. Have fun this weekend. I'm sure we'll talk before the draft, but everybody in San Antonio is so proud of what you've been able to accomplish going from Incarnate Word to the Heisman stage on Saturday night. Cam, good luck on Saturday. Appreciate you jumping on with us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. Cam Ward, Heisman finalist on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
That's good advice for you, Minix.
What?
It's a state of mind, Cole. You just got to not think about it. And we'll go out and get you some Vaseline tonight and rub it all over yourself.
Yeah, that just sounds awful. It's funny, though, because, when you're an athlete, you're running around, you're doing things. And so, but when you're sitting in the stadium and just drinking beer, and I will say at that particular game, and I appreciate Eric Morris, the former head coach there, because my wife went to Washington State. When Eric got the OC job there, he was like, dude, you got to come to a game now. And I was like, it's too cold for me. He said, I got you. And he did. The rest of the family was outside in that crap. Me and my kid, we were nice and toasty. We were good because there's no way I could have survived sitting outside at that game.
Dude, I don't care if it's cold or not. That's the best way to watch a football game, in a suite.
Yeah, that part is
absolutely yes.
That part is true. Cam is just such an awesome guy.
He is.
And I think about Incarnate Word this week where it's going to be none degrees. It's going to feel like none degrees. And it is the right mindset. For those traveling up, and I know some from the Forever First Foundation are going to be traveling out there, 20% chance of rain early, 19 degrees for tailgating, 11 a.m. kickoff, they say 24 degrees. And what I'm curious about is Coach Clint Gallo, who told us last week when they were getting ready to host a game, before they beat Villanova, that crappy team out of Philadelphia, before they beat those guys. But it was cold last week in San Antonio. And I asked Coach when he was on with us last week, what do you do for the cold weather?
I've got the same wardrobe every game this year. I don't change it up. So that would probably be my superstitious thing, but I do not have the same pair of socks. I definitely do laundry. I definitely do laundry every week, and I do not have the same pair of socks.
Now you think about your wardrobe. Again, we started talking about the forecast. I mean, are you going to go with the same thing, or is there a jacket, a hoodie, the winter gear, the wet gear, whatever it might be, or are you going to freeze your ass off out there?
Yeah, I'll freeze my ass off. We'll be all right. When I get going, we'll be all right. I'll drink a few Red Bulls. We'll get it revved up.
Well, I mean, I don't care how cold it was in San Antonio last week. What they're going to face here in South Dakota is unbearable.
No,
dude, that's like ice bowl stuff.
Yeah, it's yeah, and it's going to feel that way. Now, Coach Kello just sent me a message. Bringing a good jacket may have enough juice at kickoff to roll without the jacket. But at some point it might go on. Then he says, master it with a mindset. I feel that, Cameron.
You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Master it with a mindset.
That's what you got to do. That's good advice for you, Minix. I'm just saying, I hope you were listening.
You know, the best advice I could give Coach Kello right now on Amazon, you could do it right now to be here tomorrow. Get you one of these battery-operated heated vest things.
Did you buy stock in that vest?
I might. I might. I mean, because you can get a vest, you can buy a whole jacket.
Dude, you've been the best salesman for that jacket that anybody I've ever seen. I didn't even know they existed.
I wish they paid me. I didn't know they existed.
Holy cow.
I had no idea.
Wow.
But I'm glad I got one. I discovered these things on Friday. I haven't even known about them a week. But it's pretty awesome.
It's a mindset.
A mindset.
That's it.
A mindset.
It is a mindset.
I love what we heard from Cam Ward. You think about what he said. He's the best player in the country, and he has not shied away from saying that. And he says it in a way that doesn't come across as cocky. It's confidence, and there's a fine line between the two because he believes he is the best player in the country. And when you think about the way he has developed and listened to the advice, he could have been a 3rd or 4th round pick last year.
Yeah.
Work on this, improve your draft stock. And now he's going to be
first rounder.
First round, if not top 5.
Absolutely.
Certainly top 10.
You better watch out because he's going to be facing your Cowboys twice a year.
With the who? New York Giants?
With the New York Giants.
I'll love the kid and I'll hate him 2 times a year then. I mean, that's kind of how it goes. I mean, I want him to do well.
You know what I love about that interview? There were a lot of things to love about that interview, but Cam Ward said he's not going to let his teammates down. He's playing in this bowl game. He would have every right to say, you know what, guys, I'm going to go off. I got to stay healthy for the draft and all of that stuff, and nobody would think twice. But Cam Ward says he's playing, and I love that, and that just shows to me the character of that young man.
Well, and didn't he say it was a team decision?
He did say it was a team decision.
It was a team decision that they all decided they're going to play.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love the fact that the Colorado Buffaloes with, Travis Hunter, who has a hell of a chance of coming home with the trophy and could become the 2nd Heisman winner to play in the Valero Alamo Bowl. Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders, they're all playing. Prime says all those guys are going to play in the Valero Alamo Bowl. I love that versus all these opt-outs.
Yeah, because it just waters down the bowl games. It does. But the Valero Alamo Bowl is fortunate, and I'm happy for them that Prime is the head coach and that those kids are going to play, and that's going to make that thing exciting. Same with the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Iowa State taking on Miami, and everybody's playing, at least for Miami. I haven't heard of anybody opting out from Iowa State, but I'm glad to see that. And it just makes those bowl games that much more fun when the stars are there.
From Cam Ward to Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys adjusting his schedule a little bit today. He joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, let me tell you about Stevens Roofing because I love talking about Stevens Roofing. I've been doing it for a long time now, and well, they're a local company. They're a family-owned company, and they've been in business in San Antonio and South Texas for many, many years. And you know as well as I do, you don't stay in business that long if you're not doing something right. They are doing it all right. And your roof is a very important part of your house. You want a reliable roofer. Stevens Roofing is that reliable roofer, and it doesn't matter what kind of project you have. You got a commercial building that needs a roof. Stevens can handle that. How about a metal roof on your house? You thought about that? Well, Stevens can do that as well. They're licensed by the city of San Antonio. Estimates are always free. All you have to do is call them, 210-785-0994. And these days, everybody on the planet looking to save a little bit of money. And if you've been thinking about going solar, well, guess what? Stevens Roofing has you covered there as well. Solar panels, they're increasingly affordable. They can save you money on your monthly utility bills. Solar will often increase the value of your home, and there are even options to keep the lights on when the grid goes down. Something that's important and something they're predicting might happen January and February. Stevens has a team of certified experts who will deliver solar solutions that are tailored to your specific needs. So for roofing or for solar, call the local company that's been trusted for decades. Call Stevens Roofing, 210-785-0994. Stevens Roofing has your family covered. Give them a call, 210-785-0994.
Riding home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com. 1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The Cowboys hit the road. They take on the Carolina Panthers.
Get off the field. Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. I like this kind of party.
Pre-game starts at 11 a.m. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This is Rob Thompson from my good friends over at Tri-County Meat Market. You've heard me talk about great deals over and over, and there is no better deal in all of San Antonio than the 5 for 30. 5 items in a bag. You walk out of Tri-County with 2, maybe 3 meals in your bag. No better deal to be found either on Ralph Fair or out on Evener. Tri-County Meat has everything to up your grilling game. And 5 for 30, go pick that up and come by and thank me later. Tri-County Meat Market.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Want to win the holidays? Ulta Beauty has the hottest beauty gifts your family and friends actually want. I'm talking beauty gifts they'll be obsessed with, like wow-worthy exclusives from Tarte, Charlotte Tilbury, and Clinique that everyone will rave about, and luxurious fragrances from YSL, Valentino, and Ariana Grande. Of course, when in doubt, you can never go wrong with a gift card. Super thoughtful, yet super easy. Visit Ulta Beauty today to get all the best gifts for everyone on your list.
Oh no, my phone.
Hear that? It's the sound of a skater dropping her phone and smashing it on the ice. Yep, it's definitely broken. But at Verizon, we got you. That's right. Now's your last chance to trade in any phone, any condition from one of our top brands and get a new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus on Unlimited Ultimate and Watch 7 and Tab S9 FE 5G. That's up to $1,900 in value. So you'll save big on free great gifts. Only at Verizon. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Up to $1,900 value based on phone, watch, and tablet. Trade in and additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
Unwrap the savings during the JCPenney Mystery Sale. This Thursday to Sunday, hurry in store for a gold coupon giveaway while they last. You could win an extra 30, 40, or even 50% off. Or get extra lucky and hit the jackpot deal. You'll win $60 off your entire purchase when you spend $60 or more. JCPenney, make it count. Coupon valid on select styles 12/12 to 12/15. Exclusions apply. Must be 18 or older. See store associate for details.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare and you want out, you need to get the facts. Wesley Financial Group and its founder, Chuck McDowell, have helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshares permanently, and he may be able to help you too. Call right now. Chuck will send you a timeshare exit information guide free explaining how your timeshare works and all your options for cancellation. You want to call Wesley Financial Group, 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000. Once again, 800-761-0000.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Forbes most valuable teams list has dropped, and as expected, the Dallas Cowboys sit on top of that list at $10.1 billion. Houston Texans come in at 18th. They're at $6.1 billion. The Spurs, well, they did not make the top 50. We have Thursday Night Football tonight. The Rams visit the 49ers. You can catch that game right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It all gets underway at 6:30.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. In Washington, D.C., Army-Navy weekend. Army-Navy Radio Row presented by USA. Our coverage continues today, tomorrow, morning huddle, the Blitz. Tomorrow's going to be an incredible day, too.
Oh, my goodness. The list of folks that are coming by is an incredible list. Looking forward to that. And looking forward to where we're going to be broadcasting from tomorrow. That's fantastic.
It is going to, I mean, Army-Navy weekend every year is incredible. And, you know, for so many years it was in Philadelphia and it moves around a little bit here and there. You know, last year, Boston, this year it's in Washington, D.C. And I think next year is Baltimore and then New York, or New York and then Baltimore. And so when you get to some of these different cities, the way USAA is able to still just kind of overtake the city, the Army-Navy game overtakes the city, it's just special. It's a bucket list item, I think, for everybody.
There's no doubt about it. This is my third, and I'm as excited right now as I was coming to the first one. It's just that much fun. If you're not patriotic when you're on that field and you see all the stuff that's going on, and then my goodness, you don't have a heart in your chest. I don't think it's just an incredible spectacle.
And again, watch it, CBS Saturday. Listen to it here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. We will have the national broadcast of that game on Saturday afternoon. Brought to you by the Break Room Bar in Live Oak and Ewald Kubota. It's one of those bucket list items, I think, for most people. Your third. This is my 15th as a member of the media. When I was in the Navy, I went to one in 1992 when we were in the shipyard in Philadelphia.
15th.
Yeah.
Wow. You still get excited about it?
Every year. It's my favorite trip.
It's incredible.
It's incredible. And, you know, it could be 16, but we didn't go the COVID year when they played at West Point. Otherwise, so 15th since USA took over the title sponsorship in 2009, this program, we were the guinea pigs of can they even do a radio row?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you're kind of the OG. Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, sure. That just makes me sound old.
Well, you are old.
When you're not as old as you.
Well, you're still old.
Yeah, well, that
doesn't matter. I mean, you know, I'm old, yeah, but dude, you're right there.
You got me by a decade.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I got Justin on camera there.
Justin doesn't want to be on camera.
He's a little camera shy, I think, over there.
You got to understand, man, these union guys in the East Coast, man, he's not paid to be on a screen. He's paid to be behind it.
Yeah, and
he charges more if he's shown.
I'm sure.
Yeah, somebody's
sure
going to see his face. He's going to end up having to move, like, I don't know, to California or something.
Boy, what a culture change. Philly to San Francisco, man. I can't even imagine the culture shock that Justin's going to be in for.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Justin's our engineer every year when we're out here. He lives in Philly. Don't hold it against him. He's actually nice. But he's leaving to move to California. And all those California people that are moving to Texas. And you wonder who the hell is moving to California? Why? It's Justin.
Justin's going. He's helping out the California economy.
Yeah.
Good job.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I can work remotely. I can do that anywhere.
Sure.
So you choose the highest tax place to go. Makes sense.
Well, there's a girl involved.
Now, of course there is.
That's the only reason. Yeah.
Always.
There's
a lot of dumb decisions are based off, well, there was a girl involved.
Of course.
Yeah. Stephen Jones will join us any moment now. A busy day with some league meetings and everything going on, so we've adjusted his schedule. When he is when he picks up the phone and calls in, we'll bring him on. But you think about the Cowboys this week against the Carolina Panthers and the fact that they are underdogs.
Yeah.
I know it's on the road, but I think that talks more about how well Carolina is playing, because the Cowboys have played good football as of late, had a couple of wins, probably should have and could have beaten the Bengals. And I think a lot of people thought that would be a blowout. I did. So I'm a little surprised that the Cowboys are road dogs.
Well, when you look at that Cowboy game, you got to wonder, that's one of those games that you got to get over. And I know the season has been such that there have been a lot of disappointments, but that is a game the Cowboys had, and then it just slipped right through their hands, basically and literally. And so that's a heartbreaker, man, when that kind of stuff happens. And can they recover? Can they get things back together and get on the road against a Panthers team that is much improved? Look, the Cowboys are still saying all the right things. They want to win. Jerry said that earlier this week. They want to win football games. It's still important to them to do that. So no letdown in sight, at least not now.
And I appreciate that, because I do think you can look around the league and see teams that clearly aren't trying to win anymore. They're going through the motions. I mean, you don't really get that impression from Brian Daboll with the Giants, but then when you watch them play and you hear the players talk, you kind of get that impression. There are teams out there that know, all right, man, we're just trying to get to the offseason and on the next year. I do think that Mike McCarthy has kept this locker room focused. Obviously, he's trying to win. A lot of things at stake for him personally, but professionally. And I just think that this is a team that, is still trying to win, although some fans are saying, why? What's the point at this point? Because, if you win a game, that hurts you when it comes to the draft.
You'll deal with that, right? I mean, look, I think these guys are good. Cowboys, obviously, their philosophy is they're going with young guys. They're trying to develop these young guys. So you can't tank for a better draft pick in their situation. I think some teams can, especially if you need a quarterback. But if you're in the Cowboys situation, you've got to try and improve. You've got to see what these young guys have. Are they improving? Can you rely on them next year? I mean, all of those things have to go into it. So the Cowboys just can't flat out say, we're not going to play. We're going to try and get a better draft pick. They can't do it. So they're going to play hard, and I anticipate them playing hard until the final gun sounds on that final game of the regular season.
I would say that, I mean, maybe that final game, it might be, who's that? I need a whole new roster.
Maybe.
But at some point, though, will you see more of the younger guys, even though we've seen a lot of young players play this year? But do you see, when is Trey Lance going to play?
I don't think he's going to. I just don't think he's not in the Cowboys' plans moving forward. I just don't believe that he is. And so I don't think, because look, why wouldn't you have played him already? I mean, honestly,
because they're still trying to win games.
Well, exactly right.
And how bad is he when the owner actually says that we're still trying to win games?
That's right.
How bad does this guy suck that you gave up a 4th round pick?
At some point in time, even Jerry knows that, obviously that didn't work out. He rolled the dice and, well, he came up with snake eyes. Didn't work out too well for Jerry, and you got to move on. I mean, I can't imagine that Trey Lance is any part of this football team next year, and I wonder if he's going to be a part of any NFL football team next year. Maybe somebody takes a chance on him, but I'd be shocked if it's the Dallas Cowboys.
Here's the thing. If he doesn't play, nobody really knows how bad he is. And then you can get him a little bit cheaper, right?
Perhaps.
I mean, there could be let's just tuck this one away over here because we want to keep him as our backup quarterback. But if he shows that he could do something, that could create a little bit of a market. So there could be some gamesmanship. I doubt it. But as we're throwing spaghetti on the wall. But honestly, I think Trey Lance, and again, I don't know Trey Lance. We've never talked to him. We never even just had a casual conversation with him at training camp. I don't know him. I don't know what he's like. But if I were advising Trey Lance, because he's got all that first-round money, right? Dude, go to the UFL and get reps and then work your way back into the league. I mean, if Ben DiNucci this week can sign with the New Orleans Saints as a backup quarterback, and he has played NFL football, but he was able to do that after what he was able to do in the spring leagues. Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Stephen, I know it's extremely busy with everything going on up there. Appreciate you jumping on with us. I want to start with, first, congratulations, the Forbes list. You guys are number one at $10.1 billion. How do you celebrate that?
Well, we don't. I mean, at the end of the day, that's a nice deal. But, the more important thing is, we want to win a championship. And certainly with the season we're going through has been difficult. And we, have higher expectations than what we've done this year. And it's nice that our overall franchise has done well. But in general, that means a lot. But, obviously we've, got a sound, solid franchise. But winning football games is the most important thing. And ultimately, as y'all might imagine, whether it's Jerry, whether it's our family or anybody else, we're trying to win a championship.
Stephen, having said that, you guys were playing some pretty good football, and I think Monday night played a pretty good football game. How heartbreaking is that for you and for Jerry, and then maybe more importantly, the players, and how do they rebound from a heartbreaking loss like that on Monday night?
Well, I got a lot of faith in what our coaches are doing. Mike McCarthy's just doing one hell of a job keeping the guys focused and, focused on the task at hand, which is try to win every football game. Probably the harder thing for us, as much as a win or a loss, is important, as you might imagine. But, the rougher thing for us is losing Overshown. And, he's such a dynamic defensive player and what he means to our defense and, his future and what he's all about. To, have an injury like that was just a tough deal. It's obviously first and foremost tough for, for Demo, as his teammates love to call him, but Overshown. But, what it means to this franchise, we've got to get him going and get him ready. But he's more convicted than ever that he'll, just like he did his first ACL last year in the preseason, he overcame that and was playing at an amazing level. And he's going to do the same thing with this injury. I'm convicted he'll get back and he'll do it quicker, and he'll be back stronger and faster than he ever was before. So a tough lick losing him, but and obviously a tough loss. But my thought process is our guys are going to continue to compete, and with next man up is the way we look at it. And Mike's done a great job of keeping everybody focused, and their vision is a task on hand, and I think we'll continue to compete our ass off.
Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys joining us here on the Blitz. With what you just said about Demo, quicker, was there any positives coming from the surgery? Has he had surgery yet? Or is it really looking like, obviously, this season and most, if not all, of next season? Or do you think you might get him back sooner rather than later?
Well, I think the long-term perspective is who knows in terms of how these guys recover. Every player does it differently. I mean, you can have one player with the same injury come back quite a bit earlier than another player with the same injury. So we'll just see. My bet's on Demo, which is that he said this thing, I'm going to get back a whole lot quicker than anybody thinks I will. And I believe that. And, hopefully, he's going to get to be a part of next year. And I know there's, some doctors who will say, hey, it could, take the whole season next year. But there's, it's certainly not out of the question that, he does better than that. And I'm betting on that he does a lot better than that.
Well, that's good news, and I hope he does get back. I know all Cowboy fans were certainly impressed with the way he was playing football. There's no doubt in his development there. Stephen, you said something earlier in the week about 2025 and maybe the approach, and I know you guys are strapped a little bit financially in a lot of ways and some bills to pay. As Jerry likes to say, that credit card is due. What does 2025 look like? Draft and develop more young players? What is the foresight from you and Jerry at this point in time?
Yeah, we like our roster. Once we get everybody healthy again, which will happen. I mean, you get guys like Sam Williams back. Obviously we had a lot of investment in DeMarcus Lawrence and what he's all about. You lose a great player like Zach Martin for the back half of the season. And then, of course, first and foremost is Dak Prescott. I mean, lose your starting quarterback, who's the highest paid player in the league, and lose him, even before the halfway mark, that's a tough blow. And Cooper Rush doing a hell of a job. My hat's off to him. And, some people want to be critical of how Dak was playing, but there's not a doubt in my mind Dak was going to, play at the level he played at and has played at. I think he was second in MVP voting the year before. I mean, we knew we were, you're going to see that out of him. And, we had some unusual circumstances between having a new defensive coordinator and our defense learning the system. And, the offense was pressing because, the defense was learning the system, and we had injuries over there. So, I love our roster, and I think we've got a good young roster, but, we're going to be able to do the things we need to do, I think, to put a great roster together for the future. But right now we're worried about beating the Panthers, and the Panthers have played great football, and, they're a team not unlike us. It started out slow, but they're playing really good, and we just need to go out there and compete and win the football game. And I know we've put ourselves in a real big corner in terms of making the playoffs, but mathematically you're never out until you're out, and until that E shows up in the standings, we're going to fight our ass off. So that's our thought process, and Mike, that's Mike's thought process, and here we go.
Here we go. Carolina coming up on Sunday. Stephen, real quick, I do want to clarify. $10.1 billion from Forbes. That has nothing to do with salary cap. I know most people listening right now get that, but some are going to question it. But speaking of dollars, Micah Parsons on television before the Monday night game said, 30, 40 million. He doesn't really know the difference. What's the urgency when you hear that to hurry up and get that deal done?
Yeah, I mean, we those contracts, and everybody has a take. Hey, could you do them earlier? Could you do them later? Why did you wait? Why did you not get, those are all in the, that's in the media. At the end of the day, it's big business. Micah's got good people looking out for his business. And we're certainly, from a business standpoint, having to see how all that fits. But, I mean, all you got to do is watch the game since Micah's been back and see what a difference he makes. And we're all in for trying to get him signed. That's what we've said from day one. We want to get Dak. We want to get CD. We want to get Micah signed. And, that's our goal, because Micah's, one of the, handful of difference makers in this league on defense that can really change a game.
Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys. I know it's a busy day for you and you got to get to another meeting. Appreciate you jumping on with us down here in San Antonio.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com.
Interesting.
Get it done.
Interesting comment.
It's a media thing. No, he said yesterday, we're going to have a challenge in 24 and 25. Yep. They knew that. Things are really tight. Money left over from guys who aren't here, all that kind of stuff. Again, if they get the deal done with Dak in March, if they get the deal done with CD in March, when they could have, then that frees up all kinds of cap dollars. You got all those void years. I look at Philadelphia and all the high-priced players they have, and they're able to go out and add because they know what they're doing with the cap, right? Right? I mean,
so what are you suggesting?
What do you mean? What am I saying?
Well, that the Cowboys don't?
I'm saying I've maintained all offseason. This year was not about winning. This year was about trying to get the books right, because they could have freed up money if they wanted to. And all those guys that left, they could have kept, or guys that were available, Derrick Henry, if they really wanted. If this year was truly about winning, they could have done some things like a winning organization would do. like Philadelphia has done. That makes me want to throw up in my mouth to say that, but it's true. You look at what those guys have done, and you look at what they're doing. This offseason, same thing. If they wait and, make Micah Parsons go the same route as CeeDee Lamb, where he's holding out and he's angry and it gets ugly, you sign him, and that frees up dollars, right? It's not complicated. It is complicated. You need 18 math degrees to do that. But it can be done. Other teams do it. Why don't the Cowboys?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see who's back. He talked about DeMarcus Lawrence. Is DeMarcus Lawrence back?
And we'll have his dead cap money on the book.
Zach Martin, is he gone? I think he's probably going to retire. Yeah. So you're going to have a lot of guys off of that team. Now, if Sam Williams comes back, maybe that lessens the blow with the D-Law leaving. So a lot of things to ponder when it comes to the Cowboys in the offseason. But, hey, have you heard Steven say that mathematically there's not an E by their name that means eliminated from the playoff chase? So they're going to keep playing.
All right. I don't know if Ryan's at work today since we're in D.C. I don't know if he's in the office, but we need a poll. Does anybody believe, Steven, that they didn't celebrate getting number one on the list at $10.1 billion?
Of course they did.
I mean, you don't think that there's people in, the sales department that were like, yeah, we're number one. Right. You don't think that there's in the cubicles they have over there at the Star, they didn't hang up a banner number one on Forbes list. I mean, he said the right thing. Yeah, it's all about winning. That's great, but we need to win. He said that, but do you believe that they didn't celebrate that?
Well, Jerry might have gone out and bought another yacht. You never know. Look, say what you want about Jerry, the GM, and you can say that, and you probably are right. But Jerry, the salesman and the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, does a hell of a job.
Yeah, we have a poll up now on our YouTube channel at San Antonio Sports Star. Do you believe Stephen Jones on his statement? And if you find that a little bit later on, you won't know what the hell he's talking about. But no, I don't believe him. They celebrated big time. And look, a season like this, celebrate all the wins you can. I wouldn't have a problem with that because it is big, big business. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Switching some things up because Steven needed to switch some things up. We'll do the headline Blitz coming up here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, Manny Jr. here with Rock's Discount Vitamins. This holiday season, don't let those extra pounds sneak up on you. We have the largest selection of weight control products to help you stay on track. Boost your metabolism with our non-stimulant fat burners, or try Cuts, which helps your carbs work for you, not against you. With 12 locations across San Antonio, Rock's Discount Vitamins has everything you need to keep your diet in check this holiday season. Find us at rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for your continued support.
It's time to huddle up and listen close. For 2024, we pay tribute to a true game changer in the world of snacks, the unrivaled, the unbeatable, the pork rind. Yes, it's crunch time, and we're not just talking about the last few nail-biting minutes of the game. We're talking about a snack so audaciously crunchy, it puts those pretentious chips and pretzels to shame. So here's to you, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, for being more than just a crunch. Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. It's crunch time. Find your rind at H-E-B.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now, sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first. On your timeline, no waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first, sell your old home later.
Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Jelly Roll's wife, Bonnie, she's in the news after announcing her 1-year anniversary of her retirement from sex work. Did y'all know this?
No. Is the inspiration story for homeless singers or for hookers?
Both.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's any secret in showbiz that homeless singers and hookers are quite fond of one another.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases. We do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live in Washington, D.C. for the Army-Navy game presented by USAA. Of course, coming up Saturday. You can listen to that game Saturday right here on 94.1, brought to you by the Break Room Bar in Live Oak and Ewell Kubota. All the bowl games that we have brought to you by the Break Room and Ewell Kubota, and we got most of them, including the UTSA Bowl game, the Myrtle Beach Bowl on the 23rd. Pretty sure we have the Pop-Tarts Bowl with Cam Ward. We'll have the Valero Alamo Bowl. We'll have the First Responder Bowl and all the playoff games.
That's outstanding. This is your home. Plus, we've got the Army-Navy game this Saturday.
Yeah.
Right here on 94.1.
Dude, it's going to be incredible. We have NFL football tonight, Rams and Niners at 6:30, brought to you by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. And you think about football and everything with the Red Zone package, we all went and got YouTube. That leads off the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
So we're at the airport early this morning.
We're in the middle of the night.
Well, I mean, you know, it's crazy because we got to the airport basically at the same time.
We did.
About 4 a.m. Scheduled Uber for 3:30.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, we left San Antonio at 5:15, go to Houston, have breakfast, and whatever time that flight left, 7, whatever. And at some point in Houston, Reinagel starts cussing up a storm because he got an email from YouTube saying the price was going up.
Dude, I can't believe that. $10 a month.
Uh-huh.
This thing's going up. Look, I love YouTube TV because I can watch on my phone. I have no problem. I got the app there and it's great. But yeah, I mean, my goodness, this thing, and it's gone up considerably over the last couple of years.
Well, so it was 64. And then it went to what, 72, whatever. Now it's going up basically to $83, right? $72.99. From $72.99 to $82.99. Keep in mind, 5 years ago, it was $40 a month for YouTube television. And that's when everybody said, I'm going to cut the cord because you're saving money. Do people reattach the cord now that YouTube is continuing to go up? Do you cancel that? What do you do now? Because since everybody's kind of gone streaming, if I'm a cable company, I'm creating all kinds of offers.
Now I'm going to have to buy another box is what I'm going to have to do.
Oh,
Another
the magic box. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that thing. But I really seriously like YouTube TV. I enjoyed it. It's it's reliable. It's all of that kind of stuff. But man, when I saw that email today, well, with the economy and things happening and I'm like, what the hell?
Well, they're giving the NFL a couple $1 billion. Obviously, they got to pass that off to you, Ryan Engel.
Well, did they not do well with the Sunday ticket? I wonder if that's the problem.
Well, no, they've added. We just committed to $2 billion. Raise the rate.
Jeez.
I mean, and again, everything costs. Everybody's going more live. Every one of those streaming services is missing something. And the reason I didn't go YouTube TV is because the regional sports networks that they don't carry, like the one that has our San Antonio Spurs. So, I know you get Spurs games now because, that magic box, you saw how it was working for me. And they said, I want one of those.
Yes.
And it's incredible. But, you got these other ones. All those streaming services, they're all missing something. So you end up with multiple of them. And then you go, well, am I saving any money? But once you've cut the cord, it's just easier now. But $10 a month with no notice, basically. You're starting January 13th. So your next bill, it's $10 a month. And in the email, here's how you cancel if you want to. But it's not incremental. If they went up a couple bucks, you'd be like, all right, whatever. But $120 a year.
That's like, hey, Doc, you using the whole fist?
Wow.
I mean, seriously, it's like, geez.
Wow.
My goodness.
It's $10, Joe.
Dude, $10.
I think that's a little dramatic over $10.
I don't think so.
I think over $10, that's a little dramatic.
I think you could just.
I mean, it's not $120 a month.
You could be a little more gentle. All right,
dude.
Just a little bit at a time.
If you didn't get the email, you wouldn't even notice.
Baloney.
You wouldn't notice.
I would notice,
but you wouldn't.
Dude, I tell you, it's the principle of the thing.
Yeah.
And if I'm Spectrum or DirecTV or who's another cable company or whatever.
Well, that's what we have.
I'm rolling out some sort of outstanding deal right now.
Yeah, but everybody knows that will end soon.
Well, sure it will. But you know what? I'd feel better about it. I know DirecTV has their streaming thing going on right now, and all of them do. All the cable companies do.
Because everything is streaming now. Right?
Sure.
Everything is streaming. And at some point, DirecTV, they're going to get in a pissing match with ESPN again, which is ultimately what got me to cut the cord. and I was going to go YouTube, but didn't because, well, I found the magic box. So,
yes. I love that thing.
Yeah, it's incredible. Speaking of magic boxes.
Careful.
You read this story.
Careful. All right. Going through, and I don't even remember what website this was.
He has no idea where he saw this story.
Well, apparently it is it's the time of year where the porn sites have their annual awards.
Well, it's not. Now, first off, every like if you got Spotify or Apple Music, whatever it is, you're getting your roundup, right?
So you're getting a Pornhub roundup.
Well, apparently, I mean. Well, they must participate too.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of participating going on that website apparently. Well, so they're having this. It was a real headline. It's like the 2023. I don't know what it was.
Except for it's 2024.
You remember Dirk Diggler was getting all those awards, and I guess it's something like that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
They rated the top 20 countries by traffic to Pornhub. And I was fascinated. The United States is the clear king of Pornhub. I mean, they lead everybody by 3 times.
When you're looking at the graph, if you're watching on YouTube, the United States is like this, and France is like this.
Well, and that's in real life too, by the way. I'm just saying.
Wow.
The Philippines is right there tied with France.
Which is surprising or not.
Followed by Mexico. Mm-hmm. Who knew that was popular in Mexico? I didn't. The United Kingdom is close as well. Egypt is
not very popular over there.
The bottom of the list.
And I'm sure those are Americans with a VPN.
I wouldn't be surprised. Holy cow. But I just thought that the United States, the clear king of
porn.
Yes, that's it.
And you're surprised.
Well, I like porn. Not really. I'm not surprised.
Of course not.
I just, we're all degenerates here, apparently.
Do you like the horse-drawn carriages in downtown San Antonio?
I do. Yeah.
Have you ever taken one?
Never have. But it's kind of cool, especially this time of year. You're downtown having a drink. You see one of those carriages going by with all the Christmas lights on it.
As somebody that was downtown a week ago, spent the night on the Riverwalk. It was fantastic. Right. And you see all of them, they got the Christmas lights on. It's great. Until your Uber is behind one of those things and it takes forever to get around it. Right.
Well, just enjoy the scenery.
When you're trying to go from point A to point B, it's not about the scenery. Now, I have taken the carriage rides. They're lovely. The people that do them do a good job of telling the history of San Antonio. I saw a tweet from our good friend David Chancellor from News 4 that said, San Antonio City Council has voted overwhelmingly to end horse-drawn carriages in downtown San Antonio. It was a 10-1 vote in favor of ending the long-standing tradition, but they're not going away tomorrow. Apparently, the horse companies have 5 years to phase out of their business.
Well, who was the one that didn't?
I don't know, but it was actually, I don't think they showed up. It was they abstained from voting.
Look, I don't know why. I know a lot of people get all concerned about the health of the horses and that maybe they're not being taken care of. I don't know if that had anything to do with it.
I think it had to do with traffic congestion downtown. But San Antonio is the first Texas city to ban horse-drawn carriages.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Big. The politicians in San Antonio, the ones that wouldn't put a Chick-fil-A in our airport.
Well, because they're closed on Sunday.
That has nothing to do with it.
There's everything to do with it.
It has nothing to do with it. And you know it. It has nothing to do with it. Closed on Sunday.
Oh, they are closed on Sunday.
Well, they are.
Have you ever had Chick-fil-A on Sunday?
That had nothing to do with the reason that they didn't want to put that in the airport.
Honestly, I thought that's what it was.
No, absolutely not.
Well, what was the reason?
The reason was because Chick-fil-A came out and
yeah.
So they were very conservative.
And they're closed on Sunday. I always thought I think you're right. I do remember hearing some of that because of the religious base behind Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, but you go to Dallas. You go to the airport in Dallas, and the line is around the corner.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just dumb.
But how often do you want Chick-fil-A on Sunday and you're mad that you can't get it?
Well, I don't. Because I know they're closed on Sunday.
Because you're a well-trained sheep.
That's exactly right. I am. I'm very well trained when it comes to that. I mean, you just know it's not. So you go get Cane's if you want chicken that day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, closed on Sunday. Come on. Jeez, politicians. I tell you what, man.
Yeah, I forgot all about that, man. I did. I forgot all that. I always, they're closed on Sunday.
That had nothing to do with it.
Always pisses me off in an airport on a Sunday, and there's a Chick-fil-A that's closed.
But there's something in there.
Yeah.
You could have
Burger King.
You could have bad tacos like we did in Houston.
Jeez. Dude.
They were awful.
We'll tell this story coming up here on the Blitz.
It was terrible.
Embarrassing for the state of Texas.
Yes.
We've got some tickets to give away to go see the comedian Shang Wang, December 27th at the Aztec Theater. You want those tickets? Be caller number 9 right now, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller 9, those tickets are yours. If you don't win them, you can buy them at livenation.com.
My name is Shang Wang.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Friday night, December 27th at 9:30. The Aggies head to Sin City to take on the USC Trojans in the Las Vegas Bowl. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 8:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Imagine a world where animals and humans coexist in harmony, where wild animals thrive, habitats are protected, and marginalized communities are empowered. At International Animal Rescue, this is our vision. Our holistic, community-led projects not only rescue animals, but also protect and replenish precious habitats, creating a better future for us all. But we can't do this without you. Show your support now and help keep the wild, wild. Visit internationalanimalrescue.org.
The holidays are happening at Diamonds Direct. Still rushing to finish your holiday shopping? Don't worry, we've got you covered. This weekend only, it's our last chance sale with 20% off virtually everything. Earrings, bracelets, pendants, and more. Plus special financing options up to 5 years. But don't wait, this is your final opportunity to find the perfect gift at the best value before the holidays. Plus special designer appearances. Visit us during extended holiday hours or shop online and pick up in store. Our 20% off last chance sale ends Sunday. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
An O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card is the perfect gift for that hard-to-buy-for person. Give the gift of convenience from O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch any big game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the fights. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 at Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
We all expect our home to protect everything we love. But we don't expect that water is the reason parts of our concrete have gotten so uneven. Walkway tripping hazards, sinking pool deck, cracked driveways are dangerous threats to everyone's safety. But there's one way to learn how your concrete can be lifted. A free home inspection from Foundation Support Specialists. They'll restore your concrete and give you peace of mind. Get your free inspection at FoundationSupportSpecialists.com.
Hey, pet parents. With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog, because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail, and you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at Progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
Need parts now? O'ReillyAuto.com offers in-store pickup, same-day home delivery, or next-day home shipping. Get more parts your way at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
What's on? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Menix. Glad to have you along on this Thursday afternoon. Thursday night football tonight means you need to get to sasportstar.com and get your picks in for the Pro Football Pick'em Challenge. Weekly winners get that gift card to the Mellow Mushroom at the end of the year. The local grand prize winner gets $1,000 worth of tickets from Awesome Tickets.
My picks are in. I hope Alexander has her picks in.
She's kicking your ass.
She is.
Yeah.
I think she's multiplying, though. I don't think she's adding wins. She's timesing by 2 or 3. You look confused.
It doesn't work that way.
I'm just saying.
No, it's just.
I think she's. There's a little sleight of hand going on.
I just think she's kicking your ass.
Well, I'm not sure about that.
I mean, if you listen to her, if you believe her, yeah, it might be there. We got a Pledge wants to know about these tacos. Now, granted, there's all kinds of taco wars in Texas. San Antonio's better than Austin. What about the Valley? I never really hear much about Houston breakfast tacos, right? And if you're a Houston type and you want to defend your tacos, the airport sucks. Now, we get off the plane. We got an hour to kill. Breakfast. Now, I'm thinking fast food because it was a restaurant. And I didn't really want to sit at a restaurant and get a big breakfast. Just get something and get on the plane because, mind you, this was at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not normally up at this point, let alone wanting breakfast at this point. Then Joe's like, well, there's a place here. It's got tacos, right?
Yep.
And, first, it, had like bacon, egg, and cheese. Bacon and egg. Or no, egg and cheese. Chorizo. Those were the options. There's sausage and egg, right? $18.45. $18.45. So Joe was like, well, is it a burrito? I mean, how big is it for $18? She said, well, you get 3 of them. Now, these were the skinniest, nothing, blandest tacos that I've ever had.
They were awful. I mean, they really were pretty bad. Before you take up, I don't even know. Do you know the name of this place?
No.
I don't remember. And we flew through Bush, right? Okay, so we weren't at Hobby. But it was right there.
Right there. If you fly United, you know where it's at.
I figured tacos, it can't be bad.
Now, you had sausage, egg, and cheese. I had bacon, egg, and cheese. And again, they come with 3. My wife, she had one too. And it was like, can we mix and match? They're like, no. All right, well, bacon, egg, and cheese. I had bacon bits. I swear to God, that was not real bacon. It was bacon bits. And they lightly dusted the bacon tacos with bacon bits. But they did have those really good breakfast potatoes. I put those on. That actually gave it some flavor. The best part of the breakfast tacos was the potatoes.
Which is always the best part of a taco anyway.
Unless you don't get potatoes in your tacos, because you generally don't want potatoes in your tacos, which is me.
You should, because I'll go to Whataburger, for example. I get a sausage, egg, and I'll have them add hash browns.
Well, sure. It's a breakfast sandwich, not a breakfast taco.
That's a taco. Whataburger.
You get
taquitos.
Well, okay.
They have them. You can have them add the potatoes in there, and it's fantastic.
Hash browns are different than regular. I'm generally not.
Well, they're sticks.
Yeah, I understand. I don't get breakfast tacos at Whataburger. There's too many other options in San Antonio.
They're delicious.
Uh-huh. Now, if you're at the airport, because they do have that could be an option next time.
Whataburger?
Yes, in San Antonio.
Well, that other place, it's right next to Whataburger, is great. They got good breakfast tacos there.
They do. Or the Rosario's, which wasn't open when we were leaving San Antonio.
Nothing was open when we were leaving San Antonio.
And the line at the Starbucks that wasn't open yet was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. Your wife had to get coffee out of a machine.
Yeah.
That's how stupid early we were at the airport.
Which makes you wonder, if the airport is there, why aren't the restaurants open when people are willingly ready to give them money?
That's a damn good question.
It really is.
It really is.
It really is.
All right.
All right. It's interesting when you think about the last several weeks, all these different stories about these celebrities, these athletes who've had their homes broken into. Started with Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce getting their homes broken into. And, of course, the other night, we heard about, during the Cowboys game, somebody broke into Joe Burrow's house, or was trying to. And maybe his house is so big because the swimsuit model that apparently was at the house, she's the one that called the cop, which added another twist to the story. Joe Burrow not happy with all this private stuff being very public now.
It's part of it. It's we live a public life, and one of my least favorite parts of that is the lack of privacy, and that has been difficult for me to deal with my entire career. Still learning, but I understand it's the life that we choose. Doesn't make it any easier to deal with.
Hey, Joey B, if you're worried about just stop buying $3 million Batmobiles. He had no problem putting that out in the universe.
That was on Hard Knocks, and he has tried to backpedal and hide from that since it got public.
$3 million Batmobile.
Well, look, when you're making the kind of money he is making, $3 million is
chump change.
You want a toy? Go buy a toy. I mean, I couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. Most people listening right now couldn't do it, but Joe Burrow can, and he did. But the idea that you would think they would have incredible security systems, I do. I've got cameras all over the outside of my house. The alarm is set. I know if FedEx just dropped a package off at the house and neighbor Hal is on his way to go get it, right? Security systems are everywhere, right? Tua was talking about this as well, and his security is a lot more intense than mine.
I have personal security just because my house had gotten broken into, not necessarily my house, but one of my cars. And so it's a little too close for my comfort with my family being in the house. So we got personal security to take care of all of that when we're on the road. We got someone with my wife, got, someone also at the house surveying the house. So just to let that be known, they are armed. So I hope if you decide to go to my house, you think twice.
Yeah, good for Tua though. And I don't. Instead of buying $3 million Batmobiles, how about a nice security system? Hire some security guards out there.
You know that
he could.
Yes.
So, but he obviously doesn't. And especially if you're going to leave that hot swimsuit bottle home alone, don't you think you might want to have somebody there?
You just answered your question.
Never mind.
I mean, dude, right? I mean, but you're right. There should be security there. We talked about this a couple weeks ago after the Kelsey and Mahomes stories broke and was public. That with the Cowboys, Stephen Jones said, that they do talk with their players, and obviously Stephen and Jerry, and they have security. I mean, when you're around those guys, their bodyguards are, within arm's reach. Nicest guy, like, David, who is Jerry Jones' scared, nicest guy in the world, and he could kill you with his pinky, right? I mean, he's just one of those guys. I didn't know this, but Aaron Rodgers said today the NFL actually offers advice and security services.
Well, there's an interesting situation that happened in Cincinnati, mostly around the call.
He's more about the girl.
But yeah, I think some happened in Kansas City as well. I have security and full time, thanks to Daily Mail putting my out there. In Wisconsin, everybody's got guns, so it's a little less, less likely. I mean, hopefully, my buddy's still there, or well taken care of. But yeah, there's been some issues. It's something that we all think about, from time to time. You're kind of exposed in that way. And it seems like there's a professional aspect to this where they don't care if there's cameras on or an alarm set. They're going to get in and get out quickly. So hopefully it doesn't happen anymore. But I will say this, and I used this years ago. The league has a really good resource where they have security experts that can come out to your house and give you ideas about where to put cameras, where the weak spots are. And I think guys in general just don't use it because they don't have the time, or they're thinking about other things, or they're busy playing video games or whatever it is. But there's a lot of great resources that the league puts together. I think more guys should probably look at as far as the safety of their homes.
Well, it's sad that up until now, at least they didn't have to think about it. But now you got guys running around, knowing that these players aren't at home and they're breaking into their houses. So the NFL, I think, needs to step up and be more proactive when it comes to this and start protecting some of these guys, because look, I mean, God forbid one night one of these guys is going to be home and we're not going to like the outcome.
Well, and the idea, although the ring that seems to be targeting the rich and famous athlete, professional, well done, in and out, regardless of your security. So is it armed security? Most of these guys can afford that.
Yes.
You wonder if the league should, but the league has resources for a lot of things. The league, it's not Uber, but they've got car services. If you're out drinking, you can call that. Most players don't want to use it because they don't want the league to know or the team to know that, they were leaving a bar at 4 a.m., right? So those services are available, but do they use them? This, security experts, if it's, I'm guessing mostly FBI types, former FBI types with different people that we have seen within pro leagues. A lot of the security was high-level law enforcement or special forces, military security experts to come out and check out your house and make sure it's there. But it almost feels like at this point, some of these guys, especially the big money guys, as Aaron Rodgers, get off my lawn, put the video game down and actually protect your stuff, because they might need armed services, at least until they can figure out who is behind this very well-organized and very good at what they do in robbing your house ring. I mean, wherever it's from, and it seems like they've got a lead on it, but until they can actually catch these guys, if I'm Tua, if I'm Joe Burrow, if I'm Dak Prescott, if I'm Wemby, if I'm any of these guys, I've got armed security, and not just Paul Blart, the mall cop out there. I've got like real security guys, more than one, that know what the hell they're doing.
Well, in the NFL and all professional sports are so public about what these guys make. Right. And so it's everybody knows that CeeDee Lamb just signed a new contract. Dak Prescott's the highest paid player in the NFL. Joe Burrow's got a huge contract. So they know that. And it's pretty obvious when they're not home. So this gang of thieves is I gotta have to give them credit. They're doing it right. I mean, they know when these guys are gone.
Well, I mean,
not saying it's right.
There is a schedule that we all know.
Well, right, there is. But I mean, look, Cavante Turpin doesn't have to worry about it. But a Joe Burrow, a Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, these guys have to worry about it. And I don't know why they're not spending some of their hard-earned money and the big contracts and making sure that their homes are protected.
Honestly, and I know it's an expense, but if I were in that case, I would have a driver. Remember a couple of years ago when Jerry got in that car accident, and we were all like, why the hell is he driving himself?
Yeah.
And, at that point, you got to do everything you can to protect yourself. You get in that car wreck, and all of a sudden now, my back, and you get all the lawyers saying, "Whoa, that's Jerry Jones. We could sue the hell out of him. Your back hurts, your neck hurts, and mental anguish, and all of that kind of stuff." Have drivers. You just do everything you can to protect yourself. And again, with the salaries they have, they can afford that expense.
They can, but the NFL, I think, needs to be a little more proactive. I mean, these are your players, and high-priced players and guys that are your marquee stars. Do something about this. Help them out, show them the way, and according to Aaron Rodgers, they do. But, I mean, they still need to be a little more proactive.
Well, that's it. It's available, but somebody's got to pick up the phone and call. And say, hey, can I get you guys scheduled to come to my house? That's the bottom line. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star in D.C. for the Army-Navy game, which means I won't be firing up my grill this weekend, my smoker, but you can, because the weather in San Antonio is going to be outstanding. And before you do fire up that grill, make sure you get into Tri-County Meat Market, because that great meal starts with great meat. Get out to that Fair Oaks location over on Huebner, because they have everything you need to up your grilling game. You want to do some ribs this weekend, beef ribs, pork ribs, maybe a nice steak, fajitas, poppers, a nice steak, brisket, tri-tip, Kanya, their sausage, everything they have at Tri-County is they've got what you need with the quality you expect. You think about that quality dinner you're going to have for Christmas, that holiday dinner is right around the corner. You need to pre-order for some of the specialty cuts. Don't wait until the last minute to reserve your prime rib and your tenderloin for that holiday dinner coming up. You can do that at the Fair Oaks location. You can do that at the Huebner Road location. You can always take advantage of their Pick 5 special, and they always offer a 10% discount for military and first responders. Tri-County Meat Market out on Ralph Fair Road and over on Huebner online at tricountymeat.com.
You're listening to The Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The Cowboys hit the road to take on the Carolina Panthers.
Get off the field. Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. I like this kind of party.
Pre-game starts at 11 a.m. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's. That means it's time to save big on your next job. Right now, get your choice of 5-gallon pails of Valspar Signature Ceiling Paint or HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Flat Ceiling Paint for just $148. Plus, get it delivered to your job site with free same-day delivery when you order by 2 p.m. Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 12/20. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-319-3687. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-319-3687. 800-319-3687. 800-319-3687.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare and you want out, you need to get the facts. Wesley Financial Group and its founder, Chuck McDowell, have helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshares permanently, and he may be able to help you too. Call right now. Chuck will send you a timeshare exit information guide free, explaining how your timeshare works and all your options for cancellation. You want to call Wesley Financial Group, 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000. Once again, 800-761-0000.
When you are just craving something salty and packs a crunch, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds is your crunch time decision. Game day just got a whole lot crunchier thanks to the powerhouse snack, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. We're talking about crispy, golden bites of pure awesomeness. Pork rinds are your MVP snack. And get this, they're low carb and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. Don't settle for ordinary on game day. Grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at H-E-B today.
I'm at the movies, asking people if they'll switch seats with me for $574.
Here, take mine.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
Too much work.
Not if you call them. They handle the switching.
Now, that's a plot twist.
Shh. Check Allstate first, and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, Colorado two-way star Travis Hunter is the Associated Press College Football Player of the Year, receiving 26 of 43 votes. Boise State tailback Ashton Genty, he finished second with 16 votes, and Arizona State running back Cam Skattebo, he received 1 vote. The Spurs, their vacation is over. They've had 4 days off, but Victor Wembanyama says that's a good thing for his back. They're in Portland tomorrow night.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. We're in Washington, D.C. Army-Navy game presented by USA is this Saturday. Tomorrow, the official Army-Navy Radio Road Day, which we expect to talk, Joe, tomorrow with a lot of big name types.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. As everybody gets in here, we anticipate a great Army-Navy game on Saturday. Both of these teams playing as well as they have this year. Ought to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. And it's good to be here in D.C. I've never been here before.
Well, and you've seen some of the monuments.
Well, we drove by them. I didn't really see them.
Did you see them?
I saw them.
You saw them.
I didn't really see them.
I mean, it's kind of like the feels like temperature.
Yeah, but I mean, when you see them, you want to go, oh, well, it's, wow.
Were you taking pictures out the car window?
Well, I had one of the monument thing. I did do that, yeah. But nothing else. So you got to go.
Or you took pictures of the Washington Monument.
Yes.
You saw the White House.
Yeah.
You saw
it. It was a glimpse. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, there it is.
Yeah. That's
you saw, I don't know, Christmas tree.
I did. That was pretty.
And then we got into a discussion about temperature, and it's grown during the commercial break. So if you were with us earlier and you heard Joe trying to figure out the difference between the actual temperature and the feels like temperature, and we're not going to go through all that again. I wouldn't put anybody through that because I mean, you just listen to Joe try to figure that out, and nobody needs.
Well, there's
to feel
no
that
answer
dumb.
for it.
Well, there is an answer for it, right?
I guess. Yeah. Well, our good buddy Bill Taylor. I just say it's very simple. It's a difference in its temperature and
wind,
how fast the wind is blowing,
which makes sense.
It doesn't make sense.
That's how they come up with the feels like temperature. Now, somebody on our YouTube chat, and you can always chime in on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel, said, why don't they just make the feels like temperature the temperature? At least that's what they need to tell us. I actually like that. Well, it's dark here. It's been dark for a while.
Yeah.
Because time change, and it's stupid, but it's been dark for a while. But you look outside, and Joe says, it looks colder out there.
It looks cold.
So what's the look like temperature?
Well, when you look outside and the wind's blowing and it looks cold, you got dudes all bundled up.
But you have the temperature. You have a feels like temperature that they can give us a number mathematically. But then Joe's trying to figure out, how do they determine a looks like temperature?
Well, that's easy. I mean, it looks cold outside. You can look outside.
You got to put a number on it.
No, there is no number because that's the point I'm making.
Oh.
You can't determine what it feels like because what it feels like to you might be different than what it feels like to me. Or Justin over here might be different. He may feel, to him it may be 42 feels like. To you it might be 39. I could be 45. You just never know.
No, I've never walked outside and said, it feels like 42.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, but it's a number out there. I'm either cold, comfortable, or hot.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean.
But they still give you a number.
It feels like. I know, but it may not feel like that to me. I mean, who's this guy out here that's feeling like it's this when it's really not?
Bill Taylor?
Maybe. I'm just saying. I mean, it's subjective, is it not?
I don't think it is.
It is subjective.
I think the feels like temperature is science. It's a fact.
It's not a fact.
It's a fact.
I'm going to test it. I want to test it. I'm going to carry around a thermometer and put it tape it right here.
Tape it.
Yeah. So it's like, is that what it feels like?
Well, no, if it's the temperature, it's going to give you the temperature. It's going to give you the temperature of the air.
You're missing
where you are standing.
But that's what I'm saying.
And if you go in the shade, it might drop. If you go in the sun, it's going to go up because that's the temperature. It's an actual number. You ever notice that, when you're walking down the street, it feels fine. You turn the corner and the wind hits you and it feels like it's dropped 20 degrees? That's your feels like temperature.
Well, it feels like the wind's hitting you and the wind is cold.
But that's not the actual temperature. That's what it feels like.
If I were to walk outside right now,
Justin, do you feel any smarter working this show today?
You should.
Or do you feel a lot dumber working this show today?
I'm just trying to make people think. I mean, honestly.
Are you trying to make people think or their head explode?
I want to know who this dude is that is coming up with this
what
feels
dude?
Like. Well,
Mr. Meteorologist dude.
Whoever says it feels like 10 degrees below what it is.
Well, who decided freezing was 32 and not 0?
Because that's when things freeze.
Okay. But why didn't we not just make 32 0? Why don't we start counting from there?
What the hell does that have to do with anything?
Well, why randomly 32 degrees?
Because that's when water freezes. At 32.
I get, but why didn't they adjust the numeral system to make it 0? You always count up, right? How do we get to minus 10? Because there's a 0 there, but the temperature can still keep going down.
Well, and that's a thermometer that marks that.
Yes.
Okay, if it's minus 10
and
you
feels
walk
like
outside,
minus 38 if you're in Minnesota.
And who says?
Who says that? The weather guy says.
See, I don't know who this feel guy is. Guy.
What guy?
Well, who ever determines that?
Phil.
Phil. Phil, the weather guy.
I mean, Lord, we determine how long winter's going to last over an animal that comes out of the ground. Puxatony Phil.
Maybe he's the feels like guy.
The groundhog.
It makes no sense to me. If it makes sense,
a lot of simple things don't make sense to you.
If it makes sense to y'all, then more power to you.
It makes sense to everybody.
It doesn't. I don't know how it makes sense. Feels like, and they do it now every time. The temperature outside is 45, but it feels like 32.
See,
like who?
Well, again, it's math. Wind chill, air temperature, and they can come up with that. All the kids that actually paid attention in algebra class to try to figure out what the hell X was, they have figured this stuff out too. I realized that was way more advanced than what you wanted to do, and quite frankly, me too. But at the same time, there's math involved. It's real. I just wish they would say, you know what, it feels like 32 outside. Cool. I don't need to know the actual temperature. I need to know the feels like, because that is what matters.
But 32 to you might be 34 to me. So that's what I'm saying.
No, because 32 things freeze. We've determined that.
Well, if you have water on you.
Good Lord. Now, if my water is from a Connecticut, is that going to be better for me?
Well, absolutely, it's going to be better for you, without a doubt, because Connecticut is the best in the business. I love that. And even though I had to get up at the crack of midnight or the crack of the middle of the night today, you step into that shower with that good Connecticut quality water softener, and that thing makes you feel good. It is just a game changer. It really is, because you feel cleaner. Your clothes feel cleaner. Your dishes coming out of the dishwasher that much cleaner. It is just a fantastic product, and it is a game changer. I didn't think it would be any different than any other water softener, but I'm here to tell you it is. There is no comparison. What I love about this thing is you don't plug it in. You don't plug it in. It doesn't run on electricity. It runs on that kinetic energy, and it provides soft water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And right now, the fine folks at Connecticut have a great deal for you. For a limited time, when you purchase a new Connecticut quality water softener, you're going to get a reverse osmosis drinking station installed at your kitchen sink, absolutely free. purified water right at your kitchen sink. You no longer have to buy bottled water. You've got it right there at your kitchen sink. Now, keep in mind, though, it is for a limited time, so you don't want to wait. Financing is available, and they've got a rental program as well. All you have to do is get the process started. Give them a call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can go to ConnecticutSA.com. And you know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE. Connecticut.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Did you know that driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal? Driving high will get you a DUI. And if you're wondering if law enforcement can tell you're driving high, well, everyone else can. Friends,
I can tell you drove high.
parents,
I can tell when you drive high.
relatives.
I can tell. You drove here high, didn't you?
So what makes you think law enforcement can't?
I can tell.
If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
The holiday is coming quick. If you're looking for a perfect gift that will impress, put Tupelo honey under the tree. It's luxury honey from right here in the U.S. True Tupelo honey is only found in Northwest Florida and is only harvested 2 weeks a year. At Smiley Honey, we're shipping all over the country with guaranteed delivery in time for Christmas. Tupelo honey is sweeter, lighter, and healthier, and it doesn't crystallize. SmileyHoney.com to order today. Tupelo honey, the gold standard of honey.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, except when your family's starting to get on your nerves. When you need to escape for a little while, head down to SA Card House. Have yourself a good meal. Have yourself a good drink. Win yourself some money on the card tables. 281 and bidders. It's SA Card House.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Have y'all seen my father-in-law around?
No.
I think he's mad at me.
Why?
I've got my fishing stuff all straight.
Yep.
And he starts doing all this crazy rigging on these fishing lines, like he's in the ocean or something. What? There's a very simple method, and it is not that. No, that's not it. If you really want to catch something, get out a couple of telephones and crank on them.
Oh, they will answer.
They will answer every time.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, I'm Manny Jr. from Rock's Discount Vitamins. If you're looking to build muscle, strength, and boost athletic performance, check out our huge selection of anabolic pro-hormones. These powerful supplements provide your body with essential nutrients for muscle growth, faster recovery, fat loss, and even improved bone health and libido. Visit one of our 12 San Antonio locations or go online at rocksdiscountvitamins.com to learn more. That's rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for your continued support. rocksdiscountvitamins.com.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minutes. We're in Washington, D.C. for the Army-Navy game presented by USAA. Coming up Saturday, a game you can listen to here on 94.1. Brought to you by the Break Room Bar in Live Oak and Ewald Kubota. The Morning Huddle boys, they flew in yesterday, and they were broadcasting live here in the West End. Tomorrow will be on the official Radio Row. And, you know, they get off work early. You know how they are. They've been out sightseeing at the where'd you go to the Smithsonian?
We went to the Smithsonian. We did
natural history and American history and pop culture.
Rob Thompson, AJ taking a nap?
No, he's still there. We got separated at the American History Museum, and I never saw him again.
All right. Well,
so did you learn something you didn't know before?
I did. I did. Nothing that I can remember now, but no, I will tell you this: Grover Cleveland was a large man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw his overcoat.
Says a lot.
No, I saw his overcoat.
Okay.
He was a big fat bastard. That was a big old boy. That's a big.
For those watching on YouTube, I'm just going to throw my camera around.
I mean, that coat was as wide as.
I mean, and he's talking about wide there with that the way his arms
President
are.
Grover Cleveland.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. So you've been out learning stuff, right?
Yeah, well.
Now, Rob and I, we go way back. And there's one thing I know about Rob is he knows everything there is to know about weather because he's got like 87 different weather apps on his phone.
From days as a boat captain.
Yeah, from days as a boat captain on the Riverwalk.
Riding the waves there.
So, and you've been out walking around in Washington, D.C.
I have been. It feels like it's about 32 degrees.
See, feels like. Right? Oh, did you guys have this conversation already? Because Reinagel in his genius is trying to figure out, well, how do you actually determine a feels like temperature? Then he looked out the window and said, well, it looks cold.
See, there's the looks like.
What's the looks like?
Well, that's real.
What that's real, but the feels like is not. But the actual temperature isn't. So
it looks cold.
It looks cold. What did it feel like?
The wind has died. So
the wind is dead.
The wind was a killer this morning.
Yeah.
So it seems to have slowed down. I think I last saw it was like 43. With the very little wind, it's actually not bad out there.
So it feels like 43.
It feels exactly like 43.
There you go. You see
43, 44.
So you walk outside and you, without looking at your phone, and you say, feels like 43.
I would say it feels in the low 40s. It's probably right about there. I don't think it's much older than that.
Now, the weather genius that you are, Rob, especially when compared to Joe Reinagel, according to my phone right now,
38. Okay.
38 degrees. Feels like 45.
Now, see, what the?
because the wind is dead.
Gone. The wind is gone.
2 plus 2, Reinagel.
So
it's yes.
How does that make sense?
I
mean, serious. 38 degrees.
The feels like doesn't always have to be cold
because the humidity holds the heat. So you feel it more, and then it also, when it's windy, it evaporates, so it feels colder. So hence. There's the feels like, even though it's 42, it feels colder, but it's humid because we're on the water and there's no wind. So it's kind of.
So and again,
that's my guess.
You're our expert. You went to the Smithsonian.
I stayed in a Westin
you have
last night.
multiple weather apps on your phone.
Poor
Justin over here is getting dumber by the minute by listening to this conversation.
He's having a great time.
We've known Justin a long time.
Yeah.
Did you hear this morning? This is dumb.
No.
Mr. Philadelphia.
What if
he's moving?
Oh, I heard going to NoCal. Yeah.
He's moving to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Chasing a girl, of course.
Well,
dumb.
She's probably chasing him too. That's why he's going.
Yeah. Justin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She corralled him, got him.
Hey.
Lured him to NoCal.
Yeah.
Guys have followed women to worse places.
I've been to worse places.
Yes.
I've been thrown out because of them.
Yes. That is absolutely true.
So how was y'all's trip today? Easy.
No delays. We had the worst breakfast tacos you could have.
At the airport?
Well, of course.
Yeah, in Houston.
Oh.
Yeah, because there was nothing open in San Antonio. We were there that early.
Well, what were they? Just like bad Houston tacos?
They were bad.
Yeah. Bacon bits.
Oh.
And very few of them. And first it was $18. And we thought it was for a taco. And thankfully there was 3, but if you combined them, you could have had 2 good tacos.
Last night we went around the corner down to, I guess it's Chinatown. They've got the big Asian arch over the road. I assume that's what that means. At a restaurant called New Big Wong. Not the old Big Wong sucked.
It's the new one?
The New Big Wong.
How'd they spell new?
N-E-W.
Okay, wow.
Not the Vietnamese.
So maybe you weren't really in China.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure I was.
What was hanging in the windows?
There wasn't
the Big Wong.
The Big Wong. The old Wong.
Well, hopefully
there was something going on in the back room. I don't know what was going on back there, but they did have food in the front.
Really? Are you sure?
Well, a place called Big Wong's got something going on back.
Yeah, kid.
Something going on back there in the back room.
Don't we always were called
I'm just saying. But it was a completely empty restaurant.
That's always a good.
We walked into a completely empty restaurant.
And you stayed?
Well, I was with AJ Hoffman, and he was like, "Yeah, this looks good." And I was like, "Well, the service should be quick.
Yeah, it should be.
But we realized it's a Chinese food place. They do takeout. There were more DoorDash dudes coming and going, motorcycle helmet after, over and over. So it was really busy. There was just nobody eating in there. And it was great.
Really?
Oh,
well, this story is taking a left turn.
No, it was. They had crab meat rangoons the size of your fist.
Wow.
I mean, just gigantic things.
And what was the place called?
Big Wang. Big.
With a giant fist.
I just want to know what the mascot
You should have
is.
seen the tip we left.
Just
the tip.
Yeah, see what Big Wong left. Holy cow. That guy.
But I digress.
You think?
The food was extraordinary. It was one of those restaurants where the menu's mostly in Asian, and then right beside this long Asian parentheses is pork. Like,
dude,
I'm sure you spell pork with a lot fewer letters than like 19 symbols, and right beside is pork.
When we were in New York over the summer, and we were in Chinatown, which is where Shea Stadium is, or whatever they call it now, when we saw the food fighters,
Queens.
Everything was, and they would take your phone, or and you would type it in, and it would translate. What I got and what I thought I ordered were 7 different things.
Yeah, if you have.
I mean, it was like, what the? I don't know if your experience was like that.
No, it wasn't quite like that. It wasn't like, well, it's like pork.
Yeah.
We can't legally call it pork.
Did it meow?
Close.
Could it have
you
been?
Don't know.
Could it have been raccoon?
You won't know the difference. Me, I know.
Was it raccoon?
Well, it could have been. I don't know. Actually, it was really, really good. So good that I brought it back to our room. And this is a wonderful hotel.
Yeah.
And it has
the West End with we're in a room right now with no heat.
Oh.
Well, we got these lovely space heaters.
Well, now we have heat. Justin this morning, it was, you know how it felt this morning? The feels like this morning was like 32.
Well, but I mean, they had to take care of the afternoon guys.
Well, they have, yeah.
It's in the contract.
So they cut this morning. Well, let me tell you. So we bring the Chinese food back to the room, and they have a refrigerator. And I thought, maybe later I'll have some Chinese food rice. So I put it in, I opened the refrigerator, and there's a card in the refrigerator that says, if you want it colder, call the front desk.
If you want it colder?
Yeah.
Do they have a deal? I mean, where they can turn it down?
I don't know.
Wow.
Phone app? I've known
so
you
I
too
opened
long.
the refrigerator and thought, well, I'm not going to call the front desk.
See, I would think you would.
And you turn down my refrigerator?
Your curiosity would have been.
Well, I wasn't going to be awake much longer.
I want it to feel like it's 32 degrees.
It was set at like the food poisoning temperature at like 42. Like, and if you want it colder, call the front desk. What's the point of it? What's like 4 degrees? That's all I'm asking for. But they left. You have to call to get colder.
Wow.
Yes,
I got to do that.
Be forewarned.
Just to be. Now I'm curious. How do they do it?
I'm calling.
I was afraid someone would be like, housekeeping. Like some kind of like refrigerator key.
Yeah.
Hold on just a second, sir.
Refrigerator.
We'll have you at 37 degrees.
Yeah.
Anything else we can do for you?
Well,
why wouldn't they just set it where it needs to be?
That's what it boggles. And then they had to go and take the time to print out the card. And now we're going to leave it at 41, but we can't tell people just to put stuff in there because it's going to spoil. But we're not going to turn it down.
So now you've got fried rice in there. That's going to
long gone. I'd left that as a tip for the maid.
You're so generous.
The generosity.
I stuck $1 bill in the rice.
Yeah.
Said gracias.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Big Wong.
Big Wong's down the street. Tell him Big Wong sent you.
Yeah.
Here's the tip.
And only
that's a big tip. Thank you. We got a game tonight.
We do have a game tonight. Where are we going to? Now, you really only had one job today after you got off work.
And what was that?
Find us a good dive bar.
I have. We have got a recommendation for a good dive bar, and it's not far from here. It's called
It doesn't matter. Somebody will remember.
One of us will remember.
Your Kelly probably knows. Kelly probably put it in her notes.
We found a really good kind of like a brick oven pizza place, a little bit that way, and it's that way. For those of you, I was going to say a direction, but I have no idea which one.
Well, that way is just like saying geese for the people listening right now. They
They don't know where I am. I think it's over on like. From what
over on that street. It's down yonder.
It's on
past the
street,
stop and go.
Past the avenue.
Or actually, they don't have stop and goes up here.
No, they don't even have Wawas here. What do they have here?
Wawa. You don't know what a Wawa is?
No, what's a Wawa?
It's a great convenience store.
Justin just winced when you went.
I mean,
Wawa.
We'll see. Like,
you ever had a sub from Wawa or a hoagie, as they say it?
I don't know where you guys are going. I mean, we're talking big Wongs and Wawas. I'm just like, what the?
In the Midwest, it's called the Come and Go. I mean, although they're changing the name of it.
Rob sits down and this whole show took a turn.
Really?
I'm telling you.
Oh, you're going to blame Rob.
I think you're just picking out bits and pieces.
Well, I'm just saying.
All
we're Wawas.
It's a fine convenience.
Hey, honey, I'm going down to Wawas.
That was just said 1,000,000 times in Philly today. I'm going down to the Wawa.
Yeah. You've been to a Wawa.
Do I need dollar bills?
Well, if you want to buy it,
I'm just saying.
They do take American money.
And credit cards.
So I've been told. But they have great sandwiches. They really do.
They got a lot of great stuff.
That must be a Philly thing, huh?
Yeah.
Wawa?
It's a Pennsylvania thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. We're learning all kinds of
over
things.
Here, big Wongs.
Wawas.
Feels like
tips. I
think we got the makings of a song.
I think we're good.
It sounds like a song.
A really bad country song.
Oh, man.
Meet you at the Wawa.
All right. So we do have a dive bar to go to tonight.
I think we do.
All right.
Once you
that's always our goal.
Wong.
You know, the touristy and the normal. Yeah, we're gonna go find a dive bar.
I'll see you
near the Wawa.
Bar.
You got to work that into your country song.
From the Wawa. You should see my hoagie.
Yeah, I'm glad you said hoagie.
Only the tip.
Well, boys,
you guys, are you going to take a nap?
I'm going to go do something.
Or you're rolling through?
I'm going to go see my wife.
Oh.
No, I'm going to go take a nap. Are you kidding? I got how long? You're welcome. We filled a segment. You got an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Hey, it's great to be in DC. It's going to be a good time over the weekend.
Absolutely.
Keep listening to us.
No doubt.
We'll
tomorrow morning. I know you guys bright and early.
Speaking of, I know that there's a lot of people that haven't started watching us on YouTube. From what I understand, where we're broadcasting from tomorrow is absolutely amazing.
Spectacular.
Everybody that I've talked to that has already been there said it is a moving and remarkable place to be.
We're in a museum that is at Arlington National Cemetery. And obviously we're going to be inside, but just that setting and apparently not that far from the Tomb of the Unknown Soldiers. And obviously this weekend there will be a lot going on with that. While we're out there at the Vaught Center at Military Women's Memorial. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And then the guests that are going to be rolling around are going to be fantastic.
It should be absolutely amazing.
Yep.
I can't wait. It's one of those really moving things. It's going to be a wonderful day.
6 o'clock tomorrow morning for you guys.
Bright and oily.
Yeah.
We'll go out as you come in. But not like Vegas. No, but in Vegas, you were still out when I went out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that sucked.
We were on the same trip, it was two different trips.
I was on the daytime.
You were, I don't know, you were going to work in the middle of the night.
There's nothing sadder than showing up for work as people are pouring out of a club. There's literally no worse feeling.
There was only one night in Vegas that Joe and I got home after you had left to go do your show.
I do recall that. I cursed your name.
Trust me, you let us all know.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
That's exactly
get back to work, boys.
Yeah, we will do that.
All right.
Coming up, Heisman finalist Cam Ward will join us here on the Blitz. You've got some football tonight with the Niners and Rams. You got some basketball going as well. You want to have a chance to win money while watching those games. Make sure you download the Underdog Fantasy app and start playing the Pick'em game. Do like me and 5 million other happy customers have done, winning over $2 billion. Just picking higher or lower on predicted stats. And this season, Underdog is running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like discounts where you get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win. profit boost where you can pump up your winnings in just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries and free picks. Basically a sure thing. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the Underdog Fantasy app, sign up with my promo code STAR, deposit now, and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, promo code STAR when you get signed up at Underdog Fantasy.
The Morning Huddle.
And I went and just opened the closet and grabbed what I thought was a more manly vest.
I wish it would have been your wife's puffy vest.
Well, but the problem was, if I could have zipped it up,
it looks like a life preserver.
That's what it would look like. Is there such thing as a
barely
tube
goes
top
down to his
puffer
ribs?
vest?
Yeah.
Can you make a little tube top puffer vest to cover my, well, I'd say B cups right about now?
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MOVE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MOVE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MOVE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
You've got a Pepto predicament, Festive Feaster.
Who wants another slice of Grammy's famous pumpkin pie?
I
do not. I think I need to lay down for a minute.
You overdid it on all the family favorites, and now your stomach's throwing a Yuletide tantrum. Undo it with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto-Chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief, so you can get back to the feast and the festivities.
Who's ready for some games?
When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Friday night, December 27th at 9:30. The Aggies head to Sin City to take on the USC Trojans in the Las Vegas Bowl. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 8:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix, live in Washington, D.C. for Saturday's Army-Navy game, which will kick off 3 o'clock East Coast time, 2 o'clock there in San Antonio. And then after the game, Saturday night in New York, the Heisman ceremony will take place. One of the Heisman finalists, former UIW Cardinal, current Miami Hurricane quarterback, friend of the show, Cam Ward, joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Cam, appreciate you taking the time because I know this is a busy time of year for you, man. Congratulations on being a Heisman finalist.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Cam, I got to tell you, man, watching you play ball this year at Miami, and not just at Miami, I mean, everywhere you've played, it's been an exciting brand of football. Assess your season this year, however, because you really seem to really get out on the national stage and everybody seeing you playing for Miami.
It's been great. Nothing's really changed, just playmaking-wise for myself, mentality-wise. I've been making the same play since I was at UIW, so it's really just me just doing it on a bigger stage right now.
You know, Cam, and you say that, but your game has gotten so much better. In fact, you know, I'll go back to, 2 years ago when we were up in Pullman for the Apple Cup, and you and Coach Morris were showing me around, and we were talking about it, and, you know, you're like, I got to work on this, work on that, get your draft grade, and you stayed in college to improve that, and now you're Heisman finalist and a top pick in the draft coming up. So clearly you've improved your game. What areas do you think you've improved the most at?
I just think my pocket awareness, winning from inside the pocket, keeping a good base at all times. I think that was the big leap that I needed to take, and I got better at this offseason in the last couple of years. I got way more accurate down the field throughout college. So I just think overall, I just continue to work on my game with my quarterback, Coach Darrell, and it's starting to pay off.
Cam, when you again, you're going to be one of the 4 finalists there for the Heisman Trophy on Saturday night. How does that feel, man? That's just got to be the greatest feeling. It's the top prize in college football.
It's great. It's an honor to be in that room with other, 3 guys in the country who make plays for their team. I'm excited to get to New York. Can't wait to leave. And it was really just a blessing, from where I started, coming from UIW all the way to Wazoo to now. It's something that, I've been working for. So I'm just glad I got the opportunity.
Cam Ward joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. And you think about your story, and I think it will be something that will be a topic of many movies and different documentaries, being a no-star recruit, UIW, Washington State, what you're doing at Miami. For you, do you ever just wake up and go, holy cow, this is actually happening? Whether, last week, your billboard, your picture is up in Times Square, and you're named a finalist for the Heisman.
It's kind of, I wouldn't say weird, but it's kind of like I don't really tend to, live, just my life like that. I kind of live, what's next, stay in the moment, and everything. I believe everything is for a reason. The recognition I'm getting, my teammates, they help me get there. My family helped me get there, the coaching staff who's around me. So I just think the recognition that I'm getting, just a lot of everybody's hard work going into it.
I know, Cam, you just said you want to stay in the moment, man, but I got to look ahead because obviously we're going to be watching you play on Sunday afternoons. The NFL is in your future. Very high draft pick by all mock drafts that I've seen. You're right up there. Is there a team you'd want to go to, a team you wouldn't want to go to? How does that work out, and how do you look at that?
Really, whichever team need a quarterback, to be honest. I'm the best player in the draft. I'm the best player in the country. So, I know what they're going to get out of me. The tape never tells lies. All they got to do is go watch it.
And you say that, and I think about, conversations that we have had before, Cam Ward, where, you were going to declare draft grade wasn't where you thought it needed to be. Miami gave you an incredible offer. You stay in school, and clearly betting on yourself, going one more year to college from, wherever that draft grade was to where it's going to be now, it is paid off. But that's also because of your hard work. And like you said, the improvement, all those NFL guys can say, yeah, this guy is coachable.
Yes, sir. And I just think the biggest thing that goes recognized for throughout the process is just the timing, the execution that you have to have with your teammates, the understanding of different offenses that I ran from in Carter Word all the way into here at Miami, which is more pro-style offense, the routes we throw, the run game footwork that we do. So, it's all been good.
Cam, it's interesting. And a guy like me and Jason, we don't know how this feels. So I'm going to ask you, when they say that the game slows down for players, does it really? Is that a real thing?
It is a real thing, honestly, especially when you watch a lot of tape. A lot of defenses can have tails, especially towards the end of the season if you can find it. And then at that time, especially on pass, me and my receiver. Hello, you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
You got me?
Yep.
The timing that me and the receiver has, it does slow down for, me and the receiver for just because how much tape we watch together, the tails that the defenses have, especially in the end of the season. So we basically, especially on a lot of occasions, third downs, second downs, a lot of defenses have tendencies, so we can really, just know what coverage they're going and know where the ball needs to get to.
Heisman finalist Cam Ward joining us here on the Blitz. Man, that sounds good, doesn't it? Here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Cam, as you think about like this weekend, being in New York, all the attention you're getting, being there at the U, having guys like Michael Irvin on the sideline, and I can only imagine all the celebrities that you have now, their phone numbers in your phone. How much does this 1 year at Miami, do you think, has prepared you for life in the National Football League?
I think it's prepared me a lot from the on the field, just how you have to carry yourself, off the field, how you have to carry yourself. I think it's just a different atmosphere that, I'm going into, but it's also an atmosphere that I asked for and an atmosphere that I'm ready for. So I'm blessed. I'm ready to get in this position. God willing, and I'm just trying to make plays at the next level.
Cam, how do you make that decision? Obviously, Miami's got a bowl game coming up against Iowa State. I've seen reports where you say you want to play in this game. How do you make that decision whether to play or not to play?
Really just being in the locker room with my guys. Something that we want to do. We want to finish out what we started this year. So it's really been a locker room decision. And, everyone, we've been having great attitudes to practice throughout the week. The coaching staff continue to motivate us. So, it's a team decision.
And so you're playing, and you're not opting out. You will play in the Pop-Tart Bowl?
Yes, sir, I will play.
So you're going to the Pop-Tart Bowl, Cam. What is your favorite Pop-Tart flavor?
Sunday for sure. That's Sunday.
The Sunday one.
Sunday one.
Yeah, I like the chocolatey fudge kind. When I don't know if you even know this, Cam, but like when you go there, do you get all the Pop-Tarts you want to eat, or is it just whatever they have laying around? Do you get to put in your own special Pop-Tart request? And do you like them right out of the package, or do you like them toasted?
I like mine toasted. They already got all the Pop-Tarts at the facility and stuff. I've seen a lot of boxes already this morning, so they blessing us for sure.
Well, that's good. So you'll be well fed. That's important.
Yeah, but how many Pop-Tarts can a guy getting ready for the NFL draft eat?
Man, not too many.
So, Cam, when do you head out to New York? Are you leaving here today, tomorrow? When do you head out there?
I'll leave tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, man. That's going to be really exciting.
Yes, sir. Me and my family, we're ready to get there.
Well, I know your mom and your dad are certainly going through. I know your mom's been dealing with a knee issue, but she's going to be walking around New York City proud with her son as a Heisman finalist.
Yeah, she's ready to get there. We'll all leave out in the morning. So I know they're excited to see everything that the Heisman people got for us. It's going to be exciting weekend for us.
Cam, I got to ask you, just going back with where your life has gone and your college career as a quarterback, the start at UIW, how special is that to you still?
That's real special to me, especially with how college football is going right now. You only really need one offer to change your life, and I just the difference that a lot of players coming into college don't understand is that's not where you go. The biggest thing is just getting on the field and playing. You got to be able to solidify yourself that you can play no matter where you're at, whether you're at a D2, FCS, or the Power 4. So you just got to be able to, play against, competition.
Absolutely. And you certainly have proven that one offer has completely changed your life. Now, I know you've got a lot of obligations as a Heisman finalist in New York on Friday and Saturday, but I imagine at some point you're going to be in your room getting dressed, getting that fancy suit on and ready to go. UIW plays at noon Eastern against South Dakota State. I imagine you'll be following it one way or another. but they're playing at South Dakota State, where kickoff temperature is 24 degrees, and who knows how bad the feels like is. Now, all those games you played in Pullman, Washington, for the Cardinals that are listening right now, what is your best advice for playing in a game where it's going to be that stupid cold?
I would say the biggest advice I would say is don't think about it. The cold is a mindset. If your mind can master the cold, you really ain't going to feel it at the end of the day. But, for them boys who don't know, you got to put that Vaseline down them arms. It takes some of the cold off.
So you go Vaseline or warm skin?
I like the warm skin. I like the clothes, but a lot of my old teammates at Wazoo, they would put Vaseline all down their arms and legs.
Yeah, because they're at Washington State, man. That Apple Cup I was at, that was brutal, man. I don't know how you play in that, but like you said, it's a mindset, and they got to have the right mindset against South Dakota State on Saturday, right?
Yes, sir.
Good stuff, man. Congratulations. Have fun this weekend. I'm sure we'll talk before the draft, but everybody in San Antonio is so proud of what you've been able to accomplish, going from Incarnate Word to the Heisman stage on Saturday night. Cam, good luck on Saturday. Appreciate you jumping on with us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. Cam Ward, a Heisman finalist from Incarnate Word, Washington State to the University of Miami, an incredible path that has led him tomorrow morning to get on a plane and go to New York City for that. Appreciate Cam Ward jumping on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond.
Great kid, man. I'm a young man. I say
he's
kid.
Still a
he's
kid.
A kid to me, right? You think about this. He's from UIW beginning to a first-round draft pick. And I think there's no question he's going to be a first-round draft pick. So, man, congratulations. And that's just a hell of a story.
But a year ago, maybe third, fourth, or fifth.
Yeah.
And he had declared for the draft. And he got a hell of an offer from Miami. And said, but he listened to what they told him on what he needed to work on. And he has done that. And his draft stock has risen. And I think there is something to that when you think about all these players that think they're going to go pro and want to go pro. If he gets drafted in the third or fourth round, he's competing for a practice squad spot in a lot of places.
Absolutely.
And maybe his career never develops. You look at Dak Prescott, fourth-round guy, was the third-string quarterback, but injuries got him that opportunity. If Tony Romo and Kellen Moore don't get hurt, we might not ever have seen Dak Prescott play.
You're absolutely right, and certainly not for the Dallas Cowboys.
True, and so you think about him coming back to school or going to the University of Miami, not going for the draft. All he did was help himself by not trying to say, I'm not going back. I'm going straight to the pro. I'm going now. Now, granted, NIL money had a whole lot to do with that.
Sure.
But to go out, prove it, but get better. And he got better from Incarnate Word to Washington State to Miami, and he's so coachable. I saw one of the NFL scouting videos. I forget which one it was, but that was the one thing that all the scouts were talking about with Cam Ward versus some of the other quarterbacks, Shedeur Sanders and whatnot, that are going to be in the draft, is he has shown that he's coachable and will improve and can improve his game. He's got that much tape, and that is just so valuable.
Well, and just think when he gets to the next level, how much more he's going to learn. And that's the thing. He's still going to get better than he is right now. And every mock draft that I've seen has him going quick. I mean, top 5 pick. You got Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward. A lot of mock drafts have him going to the New York Giants, which would be an incredible place for Cam Ward to start his career in the Big Apple and a big stage, man. So it's going to be fun to watch this guy progress, get better, get drafted, and let's see what he does on Sundays.
And seeing how he has handled celebrity status at the U, and by all accounts, same guy that he was at Incarnate Word, same guy that he was at Columbia High School. Obviously more famous, a little bit more guarded, more money in his pocket, but same grounded kid. His parents are fantastic. And the idea that if he were to go to New York, I think his experience at the U down in Miami would certainly have him prepared for that, where we've seen other quarterbacks go to some markets and, man, they just get 8 up, Zach Wilson, and because they weren't ready for it. He'll be ready for whatever is coming his way as a pro.
No, I don't think there's any question about it. And the reason is, our big reason for it is he wants to improve. He wants to be the best that there is. And so that drive, I think, is going to continue to make him better and better. And I think he's going to be a fine NFL quarterback. Problem with the poor Zach Wilson, I mean, he gets thrown into a fire, and some guys are just not ready for that.
But when you're a top pick, generally there's a fire coming.
Well, there is, and you're on a bad team. And Cam Ward's going to have to fight through that, although I don't think the Giants are that far off, to be totally honest with you. They've got some pieces that they need to plug in, but I don't think they're that far off. And if you partner up a Cam Ward with a Malik Neighbors right off the bat, that could be a very exciting duo.
Yeah, as a Cowboy fan, I don't want to hear that, but you're right. And you look at the division, could be the NFC beast again, because Washington is only going to get better. Philly is Philly, and the Cowboys, if they can get back to where they need to be. We'll talk some Cowboys coming up, plus Houston Texans with John McClain. He will join us at 5:15 here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, have you made your plans to get out and play some golf this weekend? You really should. I see that, it's cold here. The weather's supposed to be a little bit better in San Antonio this weekend. You ought to get out there. Make your tee time right now. The best way to do that is go to golfclubtexas.com. golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, the improvements that they've made out there are just second to none. Brand new golf cart paths all over the course. They've resodded it. I mean, it really looks like one of those pristine golf courses that you only find at country clubs. But it's not a country club. It is open to the public 7 days a week, and it offers some of the best course conditions in town. And the people out there are just so nice, so friendly. It is amazing. Not to mention the fact you ought to make plans to head out there tonight. Go out there, watch the Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. They've got specials out there for football. They're going to stay open until that game is over. They're not going to close down. The food is fantastic. The drinks are flowing. It is a great place to go out and watch Thursday night football. The Golf Club of Texas, you know exactly where it is. Briggs Ranch Road, right there off Highway 90. Whether you're going out there for dinner at the Tin Cup or around with your buddies, your next tournament, go check them out. Again, best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Riding 410 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com. 1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The Cowboys hit the road to take on the Carolina Panthers.
Keep rolling. I like this kind of party.
Pre-game starts at 11 a.m. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Hey, pet parents. With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog, because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail, and you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, except when your family's starting to get on your nerves. When you need to escape for a little while, head down to SA Card House. Have yourself a good meal. Have yourself a good drink. Win yourself some money on the card tables. 281 in bidders. It's SA Card House.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership
partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at tsaog.com. It's time to huddle up and listen close. For 2024, we pay tribute to a true game changer in the world of snacks, the unrivaled, the unbeatable, the pork rind. Yes, it's crunch time, and we're not just talking about the last few nail-biting minutes of the game. We're talking about a snack so audaciously crunchy, it puts those pretentious chips and pretzels to shame. So here's to you, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, for being more than just a crunch. Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. It's crunch time. Find your rind at H-E-B.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases. We do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Maui and Moana, together again.
Can I get a chee-hoo?
This holiday season, if you can watch one movie,
Hey, you wanted to come this time.
make sure it's
Moana.
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 Moana. You might want to hold on.
Disney's Moana 2, rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. Now playing only in theaters. Tickets available now.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line golf. Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 6 teams. Learn more at TGLGolf.com and tune into the inaugural season beginning January 7th. Keep up, it's golf.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, a mini vacation may have been just what the doctor ordered when it comes to Victor Wembanyama. The Spurs have had a 4-day break thanks to that Emirates Cup tournament. And Wemby says the break has been a blessing in regards to his lower back issues. Spurs travel to Portland to battle the Trailblazers tomorrow night. We've got a little Thursday night football action for you tonight. The Rams visit the 49ers. You can listen to that game right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star beginning at 6:30.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix in Washington, D.C., nation's capital, for the Army-Navy game presented by USAA that's coming up on Saturday.
Just kind of cool to be here. I've never been here before. My first trip to D.C., and it's one of those places that you want to. It's kind of on the bucket list, right? You want to come and see it and experience it, and so I'm finally getting to do that. It's good.
Nation's capital, and not that we're going to have time to do a lot of touristy things, because tomorrow is the official USAA Army-Navy game media row, and I can tell you, I know we're going to have Joe Theismann on tomorrow, Ron Rivera, Mark Ingram, to name a few. The commissioner of the American Athletic Conference is going to join us, and who knows who else might end up on the show. I know RG3 is in town doing some stuff with USAA. We'll see if he's on Media Row tomorrow. He did an event today with a bunch of kids that I heard was great, and they do a deal every year. They call it Recycled Autos, where they award service members free cars, and Robert will be a part of that tomorrow.
They do that every year. And It's really cool to see. So a lot of stuff happening, and it really all gets underway tomorrow. And then again on Saturday, what a game I think we're in for. Army playing well, Navy playing well. Coming in here, this is a grudge match anyway. And when you have two good teams going head-to-head, it's going to be a lot of fun, man.
Well, the Commander-in-Chief trophy up for grabs. And look, Army is the better team this year. But if Navy's quarterback is healthy, the quarterback that had them undefeated, and by all accounts he is, then they've got a passing attack that is legit, because that guy, early on in the season was one of those dark horse. Could a Navy guy win the Heisman? And because he could throw the ball, he can run the ball. Army a little bit more one-dimensional, as we all saw a little more than a week ago with Army in the UTSA game, but they're damn good at it. And their quarterback, I mean, straight out of Central Casting to be the quarterback for West Point.
Well, they got a pretty good defense, too, led by one local kid, Max DiDomenico.
Oh, yeah.
He's the captain of that defense, or certainly one of them. So a lot of local flavor, because there are some kids from San Antonio that either Army or Navy. And so it's always good to reunite with them. So this is just a fun thing to get to go to. But, Rob Thompson was with us earlier, Jason, and he talked about where we're all going to be broadcasting tomorrow. And if you get an opportunity to get near YouTube, you need to get there so you can kind of see everything that we're going to be doing. This place promises to be a fantastic experience.
What we will do tomorrow is obviously we'll be over there way before our show starts, and we'll record some video from the event, the place that we're going to be at, and it's a I'm drawing a blank on the word. It's the Military Women's Memorial, and it's on the grounds of Arlington National Cemetery near the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. But inside, the way they always do Radio Row, whether in New York City, we were on the USS Intrepid, sometimes you're in hotel ballrooms, but most of the time you're at something, and we're going to be at this thing. And so we'll have some behind the scenes footage that we'll shoot early and put Ryan to work and have that on our Instagram page at SA Sports Star. So make sure you're following that during the show. And I would hope that Rob and AJ do this as well on the morning huddle. Sometimes, man, take the camera off me and just turn it around, because
absolutely,
my experiences during, Army Navy Radio Row is you have no idea who's going to walk by, whether it's, Rob Gronkowski or a Medal of Honor recipient. And, for any military type, like I grew up military. My dad retired Army. I grew up Army. And then, of course, I was smart and joined the Navy because I wanted a beach in my business. But, when you see, 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, and all the scrambled eggs on the helmet and all, on the hats, and just the power. I know, the chief of staff is going to be rolling by. The secretary of the Army will be in the building. All these different, high-level badasses, whether we get them on the show or not, just to be able to see who's walking by. And, sometimes you recognize them. And, it's as a military type, and I think all military types will understand this. If I say full bird, which in the Army, the full bird is a colonel. That's 06. In the Navy, that's a captain. Captain in the Army is a lower rank. So when I say full bird, I just want to go whether 06, right? Which generally that's high. When you see generals walking by and their assistants are 06s, and you realize, dude, that it's because normally that 06 would command that kind of attention, but then you realize whoever that guy is, that guy, he knows stuff. he knows stuff.
That's the beauty of this game. You see those heroes, those American heroes that do what they do, and thank God that they do. But boy, if you've never been to an Army Navy game, and I didn't know what I was missing until my first one a couple of years ago, it's just the ceremony, the pageantry of the whole thing is just it's worth the price of admission just for that. And then typically, very seldom is there a bad football game.
No, and the football is good, the pomp and circumstance. And, whether you're listening to the game here on 94.1, brought to you by the Break Room Bar in Live Oak and Ewalkabout, or if you're watching on CBS, go to CBS Sports Network probably around noon. And the pregame activities, when they show the march on. And again, seeing it in person is incredible, but every cadet on campus is on that football field with their units. And it's just impressive to see. And if you ever get a chance, and I know everybody says this is one of those things one of those games on their bucket list, game day in the morning, or everything going on there, to all the stuff in the parking lot makes you wonder what's actually defending our country right now, because It's all staged in the parking lot, but you're able to interact with those and hold guns and climb on different things, and you just realize just how well equipped our military is, and that's what they let us see. Imagine what they won't let us see. And clearly, I mean, it's an event like this, so everybody out there that is demonstrating all that equipment, they're incredible young men and women, and you're just proud that is what is defending our country.
It's awesome. They let even regular Joes like me climb up and play with that stuff.
Absolutely.
So
and you were like a little kid last year in Boston with all those guns and
that boat. I guess you call it a boat,
sure.
But with the
assault rifle.
Oh, dude, it was incredible. So, looking forward to it again. But tomorrow's going to be a lot of fun. So again, if you can get near YouTube, you have the opportunity. If you're at work or at home or wherever you're at, you can do that. We want to show that place off as much as possible, and we'll do that tomorrow.
Absolutely. And then, of course, the flyover and, both jump teams coming into this day. It's just an incredible experience if you ever get a chance to do it. Actually, let me rephrase that. Make it a priority for you to get to an Army-Navy game at least once.
And I think the fact that it's here, it adds something to it. I mean, last year in Boston was fun. My first one was in Philadelphia. That was fun. Obviously, the history with both of those cities, but you're talking about a nation's capital.
Yeah.
And to have this game here, I think is going to make it that much more special.
Second time it's been here. I was at the one in 2012. And of course, anytime you're in the same building with the president, Trump will be there on Saturday. Obama was here in 2012. It's a different level of just everything with the president in the building. It's incredible. So make it a priority. Make sure you're watching or listening on Saturday because it is an event. John McClain, as the Texans coming off the bye week, getting ready for Miami. The general will join us coming up next here on the Blitz, here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. When you need an electrician, Hill Electric is available for both residential and commercial needs. I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects in my home through the years, from adding extra outlets in the garage, spotlight over one of the grills outside, dimmer lights in the living room. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. And whatever your project is, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price. Never a service charge, always free estimates. Whether it's at your office, maybe you need more USB ports put in, lights moved, whatever the case is, call Hill Electric, 210-404-9074, 404-9074, or online, hill-electric.com.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Jelly Roll's wife, Bonnie, she's in the news after announcing her 1-year anniversary of her retirement from sex work. Did y'all know this?
No. Is the inspiration story for homeless singers or for hookers?
Both.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's any secret in showbiz that homeless singers and hookers are quite fond of one another.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
The holidays are happening at Diamonds Direct. Still rushing to finish your holiday shopping? Don't worry, we've got you covered. This weekend only, it's our last chance sale with 20% off virtually everything. Earrings, bracelets, pendants, and more. Plus special financing options up to 5 years. But don't wait. This is your final opportunity to find the perfect gift at the best value before the holidays. Plus special designer appearances. Visit us during extended holiday hours or shop online and pick up in store. Our 20% off last chance sale ends Sunday. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, except when your family's starting to get on your nerves. When you need to escape for a little while, head down to SA Card House. Have yourself a good meal. Have yourself a good drink. Win yourself some money on the card tables. 281 and bidders. It's SA Card House.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9047. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9047. That's 800-575-9047. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at tryethos.com. That's tryethos.com.
Transform your water with Connecticut. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. Offer ends soon.
Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's. That means it's time to save big on your next job. Right now, get your choice of 5-gallon pails of Valspar Signature Ceiling Paint or HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Flat Ceiling Paint for just $148. Plus, get it delivered to your job site with free same-day delivery when you order by 2 p.m. Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 12/20. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Along with Joe Reinagel, I'm Jason Minix, live in Washington, D.C., ahead of Saturday's Army-Navy game presented by USAA. Sunday, we're praying for good Wi-Fi on the airplane because there's a lot of good football to watch, including the Texans and Dolphins. Coming off the bye week, how's Houston doing? Let's talk about it with John McClain from HoustonTexans.com. Joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. You know, John, I say how they're doing, and, you know, they're coming off the bye. Tuesday, we had Jalen Petrie on the show, and he told us he's hoping to be able to play against Miami. Wasn't sure, but certainly, with Baltimore and Kansas City coming up, he thought he'd be on the field for that. Then Wednesday, he goes on the IR. That's a big loss for the Houston Texans, is it not?
Yeah, and I thought he'd be out for the year. He had to have surgery, and they were kept acting like he might be able to come back. Give me a break. There's no way he could have come back with that injury. Now, the problem where it hurts him is Jimmy Ward has moved in to the slot where Petrie was playing so well. And Ward is actually better playing there than he is at safety. But then the problem at safety, you have a rookie, Kalen Bullock, who leads them with 4 interceptions. And then you have Eric Murray, a veteran who's a special teams player. And he'll make some good plays. I'll tell you guys something that just blows me away. This is a column I wrote that was posted on HoustonTexans.com today. Usually great pressure on the quarterback translates into good coverage. And in this case, they get great pressure. Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. have 20 sacks more than any duo in the league. And that's counting Anderson missing 3 games. And Hunter leads the league in pressures by 11 over Trey Hendrickson of the Bengals. And the Texans are like second in batted down passes, tied for second in tackles for loss. So the interior linemen have 13 sacks. They're second in the league sacks to Denver, and they're close to breaking their all-time record set last year. But they've given up 26 touchdown passes. Last year, they gave up 17 all season. And I broke it all down on how many they've given up, like 9. They've given up, I think, inside the 10, but they've given up 11 of 30 or more, 5 of 50 or more. And so, to me, one of the biggest needs in the off season offensive line should be the priority. They need another safety, and so they don't get in this position. But what's weird, last year they had to play 3 veteran safeties they signed off the street during the season because of injuries. Of their top 4 safeties, Petrie was the only one who stayed healthy, but they only gave up 17 touchdown passes, and they didn't have Danielle Hunter playing, who's been great and even better than Jonathan Grenard, who they let go to Minnesota. So it makes no sense. And I'm asking them about it, and they'll say, well, we've given up too many red zone touchdown passes, but it's mystifying to me how you can get so much pressure on the quarterback and still give up more touchdowns. Oh, no team has given up more touchdown passes than the Texans.
John, I got to ask you, and you're the guy to ask this because you'll know the answer to it. You know, during a bye week, the coaches always say they self-scout. And what did the Houston Texans self-scout? I mean, obviously they need to protect C.J. Stroud a little bit better, but what do you think they talked about that they have to get better, especially as they go into this gauntlet they're about to go into?
One of the things that means, Joe, is they have extra time to scout each other. Like you may have a running back scout for look at tape of defensive backs. Usually you're focused on your position and the game plan coming up. And a lot of guys, all teams will do this. Different coaches will scout different positions to see if they can come up with stuff to recommend to you when you come out of the bye week. And the problem the Texans have right now, you know, they're 8-5. They very well could lose these next 3 games because they're going just because of what I said about allowing so many touchdown passes. Tua Tagovailoa, Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson. And they've never beaten Lamar Jackson. They're 0-4. They have a 5-game losing streak to the Ravens. And then Tua comes in here with more speed on offense than any team has, and they're missing Jalen Petrie. But so if they don't beat Miami, they could go into the last game 8-8. And Indianapolis, which plays at Denver, and the Colts should lose, but then their last 3 games are against dogs that have combined for 8 wins. So the Colts should win their last 3. And if the Texans lose their last 3, they could end up 8-8, and the Texans having to win at Tennessee to win because they own that tiebreaker over the Colts to win the division. Last season, Jacksonville needed to win at Tennessee to win the division, and they lost, and that allowed the Texans to win the division and host a playoff game. But the Texans have yet to play a game, even their best victory over Buffalo, in which the offense and the defense were real good at the same time. And if they're going to do it, this would be the time to do it.
Absolutely. John McClain from HoustonTexans.com joining us here on the Blitz. And it's interesting because, you know, for so much of this, it looked like Houston was going to run away with the AFC South, but everybody knew this stretch of games was going to be brutal. But I don't think anybody thought they could go into this stretch in danger of losing the AFC South. And in reality, they can. Out of curiosity with the bye week, Azeez Al-Shaair's suspension, is that still a topic amongst players in the locker room or just when they get asked about it?
Yeah, just when they get asked about it. It's almost old news. They're missing him for 3 games. He missed 3 games with injuries earlier this season. Neville Hewitt, a former starter with the Jets who's been here in his 3rd or 4th year, he played in those 3 games and played really well. Had an interception in 1, forced fumble in another, averaged 8 tackles. So I don't think that's going to hurt them. The run defense has been pretty good no matter who plays, and they're in good shape except for Petrie and Al-Shaair. Really, most teams have more injuries costing them more starters at this time of the year. And the fact is, if you've got to play Tua Tagovailoa, he's playing really well, but they're desperate. They got to have a lot of help to make the playoffs as a wild card, but they still are 6-7. Kansas City is winning miraculous games, and consider the Chiefs play 1-score games. Texans play 1-score games. That should be close at Arrowhead. And then here comes Baltimore with 5 losses and a secondary bit his last against the pass. So it's not like, even though the Chiefs have a great record, are the Chiefs a great team right now? I don't think so. I think Detroit is as close as we got to a great team, and we could very well be seeing a Super Bowl matchup when the Bills play the Lions. But if you're ever going to beat the Ravens and end that losing streak on Christmas Day here, you know, they should want to make Beyonce proud.
Do it for Beyonce.
Of course, and they want to do that. But John, I don't know how you feel about this, and I'm curious to hear how you feel about it. But we're going to find out if Houston has any hope of making a long playoff run over these next 2 or 3 weeks. Do you think they have it in them to get that done?
Well, you don't need to watch these next 3 games to know the answer to that, Joe. I think you already know it. No, they don't. They haven't done anything this season. Even during their 5-1 start, they still play close games. You know, they can go on the road, beat the Cowboys bad. They can beat New England bad, but all their other games are close games. And so, no, I think this team is, I think they're in danger, whoever they play, and they should hope they play Denver in the first round against a rookie quarterback. They should hope that. They don't want Lamar Jackson turning around here and coming back. He beat them twice last year, first and last games. They don't want that. But so I just don't think. I said before the season, this is not a Super Bowl contender. They need another off season like they had. And the biggest disappointment is their offensive line. Their interior offensive line has been terrible. Now they're making a big deal. Oh, we got Kenyon Green back from IR to play left guard over Juice Scruggs. And I'm like, my God, Kenyon Green was terrible when he got hurt. And they got some guy named Zach Thomas. Who started a couple of games for the Patriots, and he may have to start at left guard. And there was a stat this week that didn't surprise me. The Texans, it figured every team that had missed an initial block at the line of scrimmage in the running game and the passing game, and the Texans were by far 40% of those plays, their a lineman or multiple linemen have missed that initial block. And that's one reason C.J. Stroud is not playing as well as he played last year, is the pass protection has mostly been terrible. And they're crowing about how good it was against Jacksonville. My God, the Jaguars are awful. But when you're old ugly's better than old nothing.
True. John, Texans get a win on Sunday?
No, I'm picking Miami to beat the Texans. I hope I'm wrong and they surprise me. And I think Miami will come in here and beat them. Texans are favored, and all their games are close. But there's just it's all up to the offensive line. It's all up to them. If he gets good pass protection, doesn't have to be great, but you just give him a second to find a receiver, they can win that game. But it's not happening. It hasn't happened 2 games in a row this season.
John McClain, HoustonTexans.com. Follow him on Twitter at McClain_on_NFL. John, enjoy your football weekend. Appreciate you jumping on.
By the way, guys, something I keep hearing that makes me want to vomit. The Astros are trying to trade Kyle Tucker because they know they're going to lose him after the season. And that's something everybody here is worried about. Thank you, guys. Wow. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. And we'll talk next week after the Christmas Day game against Baltimore.
Absolutely. I can't believe that's already coming up.
Wow.
That way. John McClain on the Buyers Barricade.
I'm sorry.
2 weeks.
Yeah, I was going to say, already? Yeah, we'll talk next week, and then talk the week after that.
Bye.
Yeah, all of that. Have some more eggnog, John. John McClain on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com. You know, the Journey tribute band Eclipse are big time. Coming to the Aztec Theater, May 20th. You got plenty of time to plan. If you want to win tickets, be caller number 9 right now, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Caller number 9, those tickets are yours. If you don't win them, you can buy them at livenation.com. Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys joins us next as we continue here from Army-Navy Radio Row, presented by USAA here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro, especially if you need winter gear. Now, it's not cold in San Antonio like it is here in D.C., but you need a jacket. And tomorrow when you see me, and I've got that logo jacket with the 94.1 logo on it, I got that done over at Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. If you need your logo on jackets, coats, half zips, hoodies, beanies, whatever it is, Sam has that winter line on display right now in his showroom. If you need something embroidered for Christmas, whether you own a business, run a business, and you want to do something nice for your employees, or just a one-off, no order too big, certainly no order too small. Nobody has better prices. Sam has all the big name brands, and he's the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. Call 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or better yet, get into that massive showroom down on San Pedro, a mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
Hey, Manny Jr. here with Rock's Discount Vitamins. This holiday season, don't let those extra pounds sneak up on you. We have the largest selection of weight control products to help you stay on track. Boost your metabolism with our non-stimulant fat burners, or try Cuts, which helps your carbs work for you, not against you. With 12 locations across San Antonio, Rock's Discount Vitamins has everything you need to keep your diet in check this holiday season. Find us at rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for your continued support.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing victims of negligent drivers. When it comes to insurance companies, I hate to state the obvious, but as consumers of insurance products, we as Texans have never had fewer rights than we do right now. Over the past 20 years, our rights as Texas insurance consumers have diminished every year. The insurance lobbyist over that 20 years has been very, very successful. The result? If you're on your own, you have no chance of a fair recovery without an experienced attorney. I was licensed to practice in 1994. Over the past 32 years, I have seen the insurance company's playbook develop. Delay, deny, depose. It's not just crime scene evidence. It's a very real approach most every insurance company takes in responding to the claims of traffic accident victims. Hire someone who knows the game. Hire somebody who wins. Hire me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or my website, alawyer4us.com.
There's one name in roofing that stands high above the rest: Stevens Roofing. A quality roof overhead by Stevens Roofing means comfort, confidence, and peace of mind. It's protection for all the things you love. And during this holiday season, Stevens Roofing would like to thank all the first responders and military service members for the protection and peace of mind they provide. So for all your roofing needs, commercial or residential, remember Stevens Roofing. Online at stevensroofing.net. Happy holidays from Stevens Roofing.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
The big holiday beauty sale at Ulta Beauty is happening now. Get the best gifts up to 50% off, including can't-miss deals on Urban Decay palettes, luxurious YSL and Armani fragrances, and the fabulous Shark Dryer and Styler. But that's not all. New deals drop every week. So whether you're treating yourself or finding the perfect gifts for your crew, head to an Ulta Beauty store today. Get all the best gifts, all at Ulta Beauty.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
What's on? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Stephen, I know it's extremely busy with everything going on up there. Appreciate you jumping on with us. I want to start with first, congratulations, the Forbes list. You guys are number one at $10.1 billion. How do you celebrate that?
Well, we don't. I mean, at the end of the day, that's a nice deal. But, the more important thing is, we want to win a championship. And certainly with the season we're going through has been difficult. And we, have higher expectations than what we've done this year. And it's nice that our overall franchise has done well, but in general, that means a lot. But, obviously we've, got a sound, solid franchise, but winning football games is the most important thing. And ultimately, as y'all might imagine, whether it's Jerry, whether it's our family or anybody else, we're trying to win a championship.
Stephen, having said that, you guys were playing some pretty good football, and I think Monday night played a pretty good football game. How heartbreaking is that for you and for Jerry, and then maybe more importantly, the players, and how do they rebound from a heartbreaking loss like that on Monday night?
Well, I got a lot of faith in what our coaches are doing. Mike McCarthy's just doing one hell of a job keeping the guys focused and, focused on the task at hand, which is try to win every football game. Probably the harder thing for us, as much as a win or a loss, is important, as you might imagine. But, the rougher thing for us is losing Overshown. And, he's such a dynamic defensive player and what he means to our defense and, his future and what he's all about. To, have an injury like that was just a tough deal. It's obviously first and foremost tough for, for Demo, as his teammates love to call him, but Overshown. But, what it means to this franchise, we've got to get him going and get him ready. But he's more convicted than ever that he'll, just like he did his first ACL last year in the preseason, he overcame that and was playing at an amazing level. And he's going to do the same thing with this injury. I'm convicted he'll get back and he'll do it quicker, and he'll be back stronger and faster than he ever was before. So a tough lick losing him, but and obviously a tough loss. But my thought process is our guys are going to continue to compete, and with next man up is the way we look at it. And Mike's done a great job of keeping everybody focused, and their vision is task on hand, and I think we'll continue to compete our ass off.
Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys joining us here on the Blitz. With what you just said about Demo, quicker, was there any positives coming from the surgery? Has he had surgery yet? Or is it really looking like, obviously, this season and most, if not all, of next season? Or do you think you might get him back sooner rather than later?
Well, I think the long-term perspective is who knows in terms of how these guys recover. Every player does it differently. I mean, you can have one player with the same injury come back quite a bit earlier than another player with the same injury. So we'll just see. My bet's on Demo, which is that he said this thing, I'm going to get back a whole lot quicker than anybody thinks I will. And I believe that. And, hopefully, he's going to get to be a part of next year. And I know there's, some doctors who will say, hey, it could, take the whole season next year. But there's, it's certainly not out of the question that, he does better than that. And I'm betting on that he does a lot better than that.
Well, that's good news, and I hope he does get back. I know all Cowboy fans were certainly impressed with the way he was playing football. There's no doubt in his development there. Stephen, you said something earlier in the week about 2025 and maybe the approach. And I know you guys are strapped a little bit financially in a lot of ways and some bills to pay. As Jerry likes to say, that credit card is due. But what does 2025 look like? Draft and develop more young players? What is the foresight from you and Jerry at this point in time?
Yeah, we like our roster. Once we get everybody healthy again, which will happen. I mean, you get guys like Sam Williams back. Obviously we had a lot of investment in DeMarcus Lawrence and what he's all about. You lose a great player like Zach Martin for the back half of the season. And then, of course, first and foremost is Dak Prescott. I mean, lose your starting quarterback, who's the highest paid player in the league, and lose him, even before the halfway mark, that's a tough blow. And Cooper Rush doing a hell of a job. My hat's off to him. And, some people want to be critical of how Dak was playing, but there's not a doubt in my mind Dak was going to, play at the level he played at and has played at. I think he was second in MVP voting the year before. I mean, we knew we were, you're going to see that out of him. And, we had some unusual circumstances between having a new defensive coordinator and our defense learning the system. And, the offense was pressing because, the defense was learning the system, and we had injuries over there. So, I love our roster, and I think we've got a good young roster, but, we're going to be able to do the things we need to do, I think, to put a great roster together for the future. But right now we're worried about beating the Panthers, and the Panthers have played great football, and, they're a team not unlike us. It started out slow, but they're playing really good, and we just need to go out there and compete and win the football game. And I know we've put ourselves in a real big corner in terms of making the playoffs, but mathematically you're never out until you're out, and until that E shows up in the standings, we're going to fight our ass off. So that's our thought process, and Mike, that's Mike's thought process, and here we go.
Here we go. Carolina coming up on a Sunday. Stephen, real quick, I do want to clarify. $10.1 billion from Forbes. That has nothing to do with salary cap. I know most people listening right now get that, but some are going to question it. But speaking of dollars, Micah Parsons on television before the Monday night game said, 30, 40 million. He doesn't really know the difference. What's the urgency when you hear that to hurry up and get that deal done?
Yeah, I mean, we those contracts, and everybody has a take. Hey, could you do them earlier? Could you do them later? Why did you wait? Why did you not get, those are all in the, that's in the media. At the end of the day, it's big, big business. Micah's got good people looking out for his business. And we're certainly, from a business standpoint, having to see how all that fits. But, I mean, all you got to do is watch the game since Micah's been back and see what a difference he makes. And we're all in for trying to get him signed. That's what we've said from day one. We want to get Dak. We want to get CD. We want to get Micah signed. And, that's our goal, because Micah's, one of the, handful of difference makers in this league on defense that can really change a game.
Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys. I know it's a busy day for you and you got to get to another meeting. Appreciate you jumping on with us down here in San Antonio.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. And as Stephen is answering that last question, Ryan Eagles punch him in the arm, showing me this breaking news. What the hell? Oh, hold on. We need the 3-note sting.
TMZ is reporting that O.J. Simpson's prison porn magazines are being auctioned off to help settle his estate. His prison porn stash. I couldn't believe that. It just, wow.
See, when you told me porn stash, I wasn't thinking a stack of magazines.
Well, I mean, who knows what it is? His debts are about to get knocked down a notch.
You think?
If somebody steps up and buys his most prized and X-rated possessions.
I mean, if you want OJ's DNA that bad.
Oh my goodness. You'd have dreams of what OJ was doing while reading those magazines.
Stop. Let's do Prime Picks.
Please.
Prime Picks on the Blitz.
You know, we normally do this on Fridays, but we know tomorrow for the Army-Navy Media Row presented by USAA, it's going to be one of those kind of shows. So we want to make sure we take care of business today. We'll do Prime Picks on the Blitz. None of us had a good week last week.
No.
I won the week at 6-4. Joe and Pledge each went 5-5 on the year. Ryan Eagle's still in behind, but he'll tell you it's early.
It's
93-57. Pledge is at 95-55, and I'm at 99-51. Although I'm making some picks that I wouldn't put dollars on, which should allow both of you to catch up. We'll start with the Army-Navy gang. You'll gain one.
Well, look, I'm going Army. I just think they're the better football team overall. I know this game can go either way, but I think Army's the better team, so Army gets the dub.
Same, Army. They've been the best team all year. I'm riding the hot hand.
If I didn't have the lead I did, I would probably take Army.
Oh, my goodness, and then you'd be kicked out of the Navy.
But, no, I mean, Navy's quarterback is back for this game.
Yeah.
And if he's healthy and is throwing the ball like he can, Navy's got a chance to win this game. It's a rivalry game. Go Navy, beat Army.
All right. I'm proud of you.
UIW in none-degree weather in South Dakota taking on those Jackrabbits in the FCS quarterfinals.
Dude, look, I love UIW. I love the way they're playing, and I would love to be wrong about this pick. South Dakota State is just tough. And then you get there at their home field, that kind of weather, South Dakota State wins this game.
If UIW would have dominated Villanova last week, I might feel differently about the Cardinals going into this one, but it was cold in San Antonio last week, and those receivers had the dropsies. They should have blown out Villanova. They did not. Their defense stepped up and played an incredible game, but there is a reason why South Dakota State is favored by 17.5. I'm taking the Jackrabbits.
Weather's the ultimate factor in this game for me. I'm also taking South Dakota State.
NFL football tonight, Rams and Niners. A game you can listen to here on 94.1 starting at 6:30, brought to you by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
Rumors of the Niners' demise has been greatly exaggerated. They're back. They win tonight.
I'm taking the Rams.
You just hate the Niners.
Isaac Guerrero, healthy. He's going to play. They're going to lean on that run game. I'm taking the Niners.
Detroit and Buffalo. Here's a game. If this were in Buffalo, but it's not. It will be indoors.
You know, and this is the second trip for Buffalo, right? They had to go they played the Rams last week way out west, so they got to go to Detroit. I know that's not that far for them when it comes to Detroit, but still, two tough games on the road. They got to be a little bit banged up, tired. I'm going Lions.
I like the Lions. They're the best team in football.
I'm going to go with the Bills. I think the Lions aren't going to run the table or this gauntlet of games that they've been facing. They're eventually going to drop one. I think it could be against a guy that can score 6 total touchdowns.
And lose. And I wonder what the hangover effect is going to have on Buffalo. Tampa Bay against the Los Angeles Chargers. I think LA is just playing good football right now. I'm taking the Chargers.
And that's at their place, too. And they're not, the Bucs aren't going to win out in LA. Chargers win this game.
Chargers.
Yeah.
All right. Seattle and Green Bay. I'm taking the Pack.
You know, I wanted to tell you, both of you guys, something.
Oh.
You have no faith in the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to tell your wife, Minix. How about that?
How about somebody unlike you that watches a lot of Seattle football because of my wife? Lockett has been crap.
Mm-hmm.
The run game hasn't been much better than crap.
But they're winning games, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they're at home, and that is a tough place for anybody to go in and win. Seattle gets it done.
All right.
Give me the better football team. That's Green Bay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. The Broncos and Colts. Broncos across the board for us.
Yeah, Colts suck.
Yeah. Steelers and Eagles. The Battle of Pennsylvania.
You know what's baffling about it? I didn't realize it until just a few minutes ago. The Eagles-Pittsburgh game is a late game, just like Detroit and Buffalo.
Yeah.
They're on at the same time.
Yeah.
But what bonehead did that?
A TV executive.
Holy cow.
Suits.
Unbelievable.
That's what they do.
Eagles at home. They're going to win.
I'm taking Pittsburgh. The Eagles, they're a good football team, and they're bitching amongst themselves. I like the way Pittsburgh is playing right now.
Yeah, they're playing great. But so is Philly. And although they do have those struggles with AJ and Jalen, I think they're greatly exaggerated. And
greatly.
Trust in Saquon Barkley, who is going to make a point in his MVP case this week.
And A.J. Brown may catch 20 balls this week.
or none. And the Eagles could play like they did last week against Carolina.
They could.
Houston Texans taking on the Miami Dolphins.
Dude, I'm a little nervous about this pick. I am going to take the Texans because I think they need to win it. I mean, they Miami obviously does too if they have any hope of trying to sneak back into playoff contention. But the Texans, I just got to believe in them at home.
I'm taking the Dolphins. I think Tua is going to throw all over them.
The Texans have to win this one just because of the stretch of games. They could drop 3 in a row if they don't get this one. Plus, over the last 2 years, the Texans are undefeated while I'm in the building. I will be in the building on Sunday.
All right. Dallas Cowboys, underdogs on the road. Carolina, for the first time in 2 years, favored to win a football game.
And they will win this football game. They'll beat the Dallas Cowboys, and then we'll see what happens to the we're going to win at any cost narrative as we move forward. Panthers win this game.
You know, typically the Cowboys win a game they have no business winning and lose a game they have no business losing. They're underdogs in this one. I think the weather is going to be bad in Carolina.
Yep.
But I think the Cowboys end up winning this game.
I just think the loss of Demo, I remember what happened when they lost Trayvon Diggs going into that Cardinals game, plus the way they lost the Cincinnati game. That's a double-edged sword of just gut punch. I don't know how they recover from that.
Couldn't you apply that same logic to your Bills pick a minute ago? Make that make sense.
Who got hurt in the Bills game?
How do you recover from the gut punch? You score 6 touchdowns and lose because that happens to Buffalo.
But it's the emotional gut punch of Demo.
Yeah, I think they win it for Demo. Do it for Demo.
Win it for Demo.
Do it for Demo.
Yeah.
Do it for Demo.
Mm-hmm.
Prime picks here on the Blitz. It's Thursday. You know what we do every Thursday about this time.
Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
We help you get ready for the weekend. We call it What's on Tap. It's brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint online at samsburgerjoint.com, where you can go down there, go to the website, get your tickets, see their entire calendar, their menu. They've got Parker Ryan on stage tonight, the Peterson Brothers on Friday, Skyrocket on Saturday.
Very nice. Looking for something else to do? Head out to Green Hall tonight. Caitlin Butts is playing out there. Stable Hall at the
Emphasis,
Pearl.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what you do. Butts. Where was I? Stable Hall at the Pearl.
Butts.
Hayes Carl and the Band of Heathens. That sounds like a good time, doesn't it? Paper Tiger has Teenage Bottle Rocket. That could be entertaining. And you want to see Texas play some basketball? They're taking on New Mexico State tonight at the Moody Center.
Green Hall has Wade Bowen on Friday night. Flores Country Store, Sterling Ezra. Stable Hall has the Dawes. Aztec Theater, Justin Furstenfeld of Blue October. I know we gave away a lot of tickets to that show. Should be a lot of fun. Friday.
Saturday night, Green Hall, Wade Bowen out there again. It says both of those are sold out, but they're never sold out. Yeah. You want tickets, you can get tickets without a question. And the Aztec Theater, Jason, a drag queen Christmas. That could be entertaining. Stable Hall at the Pearl
will be Saturday night.
William Beckman is playing at Stable Hall. And Moody Center, Billy Strings is out there. I don't know who that is, but it sounds like a cool name.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is, but why the hell not?
Why not?
Why not? Jumping ahead, Tuesday, ACL Live, Robert Earl Keen's Lights, Camera, Christmas show. REK retired from touring, got sober, playing shows now, and from what I understand, he is just crushing it.
Good.
And feeling
Good for
better,
him.
getting healthy. What's
Good for
on
him.
tap? Brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint, online at samsburgerjoint.com. It's time to judge meat.
Grilling with the Blitz, presented by Tri-County Meat Market.
We tell you every week, if you're doing some grilling, cooking outside, take photos of that great meat on your grill, upload them to the Grilling with the Blitz page at sasportstar.com. We'll judge some meat and give away a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market.
And this week, we got so many Thanksgiving turkeys and such that, there's just so many, and they're so good. We got a fried bird going in a bucket.
Yeah, last week we did a smoked turkey. This week we'll give away a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market to Juan, who deep fried his turkey.
That looks good.
Yeah, a little Cajun injection seasoned with some more Cajun seasoning. The color on that turkey looks incredible. Congrats, Juan. You win yourself a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. Make sure you get into Tri-County, whether it's the Huebner location route on Ralph Fair Road there in Fair Oaks Ranch, and make sure you get your Christmas orders in for those nice holiday dinners that you're going to be having in the next couple of weeks. Pre-order. Make sure you pre-order to make sure you're getting exactly what you want.
Absolutely. I need to do that myself as soon as we get back from here.
Yeah, prime rib.
Give me a nice prime rib. Yeah,
there you go.
Got to do it.
Absolutely. It's become your thing on
It
Christmas.
has, yes.
Absolutely. Pledge, you're doing a show tonight, right?
That I am.
All right.
30
Extra
minutes
innings
at
will
least.
Pledge for about 30 minutes. Yeah, until you get ready for Rams Niners here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We're in D.C. The Morning Huddle. Robin, AJ, get the Army Navy Media row going at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. The Blitz will be back tomorrow afternoon at 2.
This is The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at SA Sports.